addicted to success.
Quarantine. Welcome to your favorite podcast, the Ain't Shit Show, the home of booze, views, and unpopular opinions. I want to thank y'all for joining us for episode 110.
Yeah.
My name is Fresh, and I'm one half of the pod gods, and with me, I have the best man in all the podcast land, my right-hand man, my go-to, Mr. B. Hill.
Hola, fuckers up. Hope y'all doing all right. Hope your week's going well. Hope your quarantine's going well. And all the other good shit.
All the other good shit. We are now in week 4 of quarantine. Does that sound about right? Right. All of it is just blending together and merging together. I have no concept of days. I sleep when I want to. I mean, I even sleep sometimes during the workday.
Yeah. As you should.
It's just like this, it's interesting. It's like this just realm of time, like infinite time.
It's like Doctor Strange for all my Marvel heads out there. Groundhog's Day.
It is.
It's every day is the same.
I wake up, and of course on days where I have to work, that gives it a little bit more structure. Mm-hmm. But I definitely feel as though this particular circumstance is very different than if I were to work from home in regular life,
mm-hmm.
And so it's kind of like, all right, then 5 o'clock comes or 4:30 or whatever time you decide to get off work. Whenever I finish work,
whenever you decide to go in the living room,
right, and it is just like, okay, like what do I do now? And for me personally, I feel like I'm suffering from a little bit of motivation.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's definitely a lid. It's very stifling. That's why you got to exercise and do some shit, man.
Yeah.
Like you got to get out and do some shit. Like, cause it's very easy to fall into a funk. I was talking to somebody earlier today and they said, yo, I just feel like they're like, I'm working out and shit, but I'm just depressed. Like for real. Like I'm just tired of not going anywhere. You know what I'm saying? And then you got that for not being able to like go anywhere. And then when you do go somewhere, say grocery store or something essential, as they say, then you have like the constant threat, like, oh shit, like, I don't want to get, you know what I'm saying? Like who has it? Who doesn't know? Like, you know what I'm saying? And then you have when you get home, then you have to, like you feel a tickle in your throat and then you start to, you know what I'm saying? So it's so many different layers to this fuck shit.
It is.
But
it is.
Today's a good day though. Like for some reason it didn't really like weigh me down today. Like yesterday I was kind of having a funk.
Podcast day actually motivates me, to be completely honest. Yeah. Where before it was, now I always like doing the pod, don't get it twisted. But some days you just might have like a heavier day at work or whatever. So you're trying to make sure that like you're in the mindset to do this. And now it's kind of like this thing that I like really look forward to. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's something scheduled and it's something where I do have a good time and I get to talk to you and, all of those great things. But I feel like for me, like for you, your story may be a little bit different because you do have a household of people. However, for myself, like I think about, regular work days and things like that. And I'm just like, I get home and I do XYZ and I have personal plans and all of these other things that prevent time for me, right? There are other things that I want to accomplish, other things that I need to sink my time in, but I kind of blamed it on I didn't have the time. So I would try to work in time to do these things. And now that I have infinite time, it is a problem for me and I'm kind of beating myself up because I'm like, you have nothing but time now and you're not executing at your highest level in which you should.
Yeah. I think it's different though, right? So like, I mean, this is all new for people.
Yeah.
And for everybody, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like, you know, and I'm not liking it to prison because obviously we have way more, you know, freedom than prisoners. But I've never been to prison, but I know a bunch of people.
That's what I was going to say,
like,
for people who've never been to prison, though.
Yeah. So even in that, though, right? So, like, I know a bunch of people that have been to prison and jail and shit. And they say, like, the first month, you know, you got to realize, like, you're in a funk because, like, you have been stripped from everything that you have. But then as time goes, like, you become more comfortable with it and it's just a new normal for you. You know what I mean? Until, like, it still sucks the entire time, but at the same time, like, you're either going to bend or break, you know, or, you know, you could bend, and then snap back versus breaking and then it just overtaking you. So, today was a good day. Like, I talked to my neighbor yesterday and,
were you 6 feet away from your neighbor?
Of course.
Oh, all right. Y'all was yelling across the lawn and shit?
Yeah, I mean, talking across it. But anyway, so we were just talking and he's a school teacher. He's married to a white lady. He's a black dude.
Oh, okay.
Super cool though. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like not black at all. Like he's a black man.
He's
like,
definitely
you know,
a black man, you know, that will be married to a white woman.
For sure.
Okay, gotcha.
But he's not cool. Like a square though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he's a square, but he's a cool square. If that makes sense. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. He's a history teacher and shit, so he's cool. Like, we just talk and shit. And
that seems like your perfect neighbor. A history teacher?
Yeah, I mean, he's cool. He's just, I mean, you know, I mean, he's not like a person that I would traditionally be around.
Okay,
like, he's not like, but he's cool. Anyway, shout out to Mark.
Shout out to Mark.
But he was talking to shit and I was like, you miss school and shit? And he was like, yeah. He's like, I do. He's like, I miss the students. He was like, you know, I'm sure like, you know, you miss the structure and doing everything. He was like, cause now like, he's like, I'm used to dealing with high school kids and cause he got twins that are, a year older than my twins and shit. So he's like, you know, it's hard for me to, you know, I try to give him all the lessons I can and teach him, but he was like, I don't know how to teach, you know, second graders versus that of seniors and juniors and shit. Yeah. He was like, and then, you know, I got seniors who hit me up and, you know, ain't got to do no work for the rest of the year. So it was like, so that shit ain't fair to them, you know what I'm saying? Or it ain't fair to anybody else, you know what I mean? So, and they get, you know, they miss their prom shit. He's like, I always work the prom, you know what I'm saying? Like shit, it's like small things that he misses or whatever, but, he's got a lawn business and the lawn, obviously it's springtime, so it's starting to kick up. So he was like, thankfully that's like my saving grace. I can get out and, you know, cut grass and not have to talk to nobody. They cash at me and slide the check in the mailbox and keep it moving.
Okay.
But yeah, he just made it like, he kind of put like, he was like, man, it is what it is. You know, like he was like, I miss things, but he was like, when's the next time that you're going to be able to spend this much time with your family? Like,
that's true.
Ever. And, you know, he's like, hopefully this shit doesn't happen
never,
again.
ever again. In a good way, though.
Like, but you think about it, like, this is the time that you reflect back on and in retrospect, like, damn, that shit was actually not that bad considering, cause I mean, we're going to come through it. Everything, it's going to pass eventually. So it's just, you know, just obviously a matter of time, but, you know, then we'll go get back into the rat race and everything and then, you know, reflect back on it like, damn, boy, or March of whatever.
Yeah.
It was just, you know, for me, like my birthday was Sunday and shit. So
I was going to ask you about that. How was that?
Like today. I mean, it was just like, you know, a normal day. It was different.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Saturday, like, two of my homegirls, shout out to Carmen and Chan, they came because they were more stressed out about the fact that we couldn't kick it for our birthday and shit, for my birthday. Cause we always like, it's like a birthday crew. Like we always like, you know, try to celebrate each other's birthday cause it's like a bunch of best friends and shit that we always like make it a point to do something for everybody's birthday, in some capacity and shit. And, they were like, damn man, like we can't do nothing. Plus it was a beautiful day on Saturday, you know, I mean, excuse me. Well, yeah, Saturday and Sunday. My birthday was Sunday, but Saturday, like is when they came over and shit. So I was like, cause we were supposed to do, Tiff had set me up like a, house party fucking calls type shit with all my people, like way more people than I
you on house party?
Yeah. And,
I need to get on, I need your name. I just got on today, like literally.
Okay. I gotta find it. It probably ain't too much different from anything else.
My man is so, like, you be in, but you be out at the same time. Like, you be on technology and social and shit, but you really be out and shit, like.
Yeah, I don't really, yeah, that's a fact. But, so like around like 5, like it's funny cause we do like our daily check-ins or like every other day check-ins just to call and like complain and shit, talk about shit. And, so one of my homegirls had called me, like we was talking to her today. And then my other homegirl, she called me and she was like, damn, she was like, I just left the liquor store. I'm bored as fuck. Like, it's nobody on the road. She was like, damn, man. She was like, Tiff won't let me come over. I was like, nah, she won't let you go over, like, to the crib. She's like, fuck. She was like, it's your birthday though. I was like, I know. She was like, well, you know what? I saw some shit on Facebook where a bunch of white moms, like, it was mad soccer vans, and they would just, like, posted up in their van and, like, in a parking lot. I was like, y'all just come to the parking lot, and I'm gonna post up in the car, and y'all just post up in the car. We'll just, like, do, like, a little semicircle and shit and sit in the trunk and just kick it. So, like, they came over for a little bit and shit, and then, so we kicked it. So that was, and my homeboy Rail came and shit, for a second. And then, yeah, so that was that. And then I got back home and then we did like a little house party shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was crazy because I was super appreciative of that shit. Like, yeah. And so were they like, damn, they was like, damn, we ain't seen each other in like a month and a half, like type shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, it's been a minute.
Semicircle love, like.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Got creative on them and shit. And like it was in the open and shit. And it was wild because they had like a food truck in my neighborhood for some odd reason. So like, but it was mad people there, but it was like, it was probably like 7 or 8 people, but them niggas was so like the social distancing shit. Yeah, the shit was crazy. I'm like, man,
good. That's at least they following the protocol and shit like that.
It's just so interesting. And then I went to Lowe's on Saturday, and that was weird. It took me like an hour.
What you go to Lowe's for?
I got my garden and shit. You know, I've been doing mad outside shit. Like, so that's what I did on my birthday.
My nigga got the greenest thumb.
Yeah, for sure. So that's what I did on my birthday. I planted like 2 fucking hydrangea bushes and some flowers, and I tweeted this shit. I was like, I just planted some bushes and some flowers for my birthday. I never thought that I'd ever say that for my birthday.
Right.
Like, I never thought that would be formed in a sentence from like the celebration of my birthday. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. Celebrating life and planting life and, you know, creating life. So it is what it is. But, you know, happy to be here.
That is pretty awesome though. I mean, that's something you like doing. Like if you hear that I've done that for any day, just know that I don't have shit else to do because that's not my bag at all.
You should try it, man.
No, I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like dirt. I don't like plants. I don't like none of that shit. Like none of that shit is me.
You can put gloves on so you won't get your hands dirty.
But I don't like the process at all. Like that's not something that will be fun, amusing, or of interest to me. Like at all. My dad, he had a green thumb. He loved plants. He loved all of that shit. Like I can't even keep bamboo alive. So, you know what I mean? Like it's just not my bag, like at all. Like I don't get joy out of doing that. Like anything related to that. Like, I don't get any type of joy out of plants and shit. Like, I like seeing shit. Like, I like seeing the, results of other people's work when, you know, I see like beautiful flowers and, you know, like shit like that. But it's not me. Like, it's just not something I've ever been drawn to. I don't have any plants in my house. Like I said, I had bamboo. Those are dead. So they're gone, but it's just never been that. But that's why I think like when I talk to you and I'm like, yeah, you're a country boy. Like things like that reminds me of my pops when it comes to you. Cause he loved that type shit too, but he was a country boy. Like he was a country boy for sure. Like he loved that shit. Like plant garden, like plants. Like our house had mad plants growing up. And it wasn't me, my mom, or my siblings that made sure them shit stayed alive. Like that was my dad whole thing. Like mad plants all over the house. No plastic shit. No, you know what I mean? Like if you go into my office, like I have this plant in there that everyone thinks is real. They're like, oh, that's so beautiful. I'm like, this shit fake as fuck. Like I just got it to bring like an aesthetic. But not really something that if I had to care for it. And I've had like my dad passed and my grandma passed and I received a plant for both of them.
Peace lilies.
Yes. Yeah. One was a peace lily and one was just another type of plant that I can't even try to even fake like I know what it was. But you know, I let like who I was with at the time, like, here, you take care of that. You like plants, like, you take care of that. And then another one, like, my coworker took care of that shit. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, I feel like it's just putting some water in that bitch, right? Like, it's not that pretty involved.
Much. Yeah, pretty much.
But, you know, plant people say, you know, you have to talk to it, and you know, it's a living thing. And you know, people with green thumbs, like they have a whole thing about them and how they treat plants as, you know, living things like you would like a human. I just don't think I have that, I don't have that gene. I don't have that quality about me. But shout out to you and all the other people who keep the world green, because I really do like looking at it. I just don't like the responsibility of it, and it doesn't bring me any type of joy to care for it.
Dig it.
Yeah, you know. So you've been maintaining like on week 4. I feel like I've been maintaining. This is at week 4. I have my calendar that I took from work, and I have March 12th on it. That was the last time I was in the office, so I need to get that down. But I'm like, damn, like time flying. Like
I told you, 30 days. Like you look at, like I'm telling you, like I looked at that shit with Kobe Bryant, and like I said last podcast, the best way to eat an elephant is one bite at a time. So
yeah.
You know, just try to keep that in the mindset. Like, boom, eventually the motherfucker gonna get full out that bitch, and then, you know, go back to it. But
yeah,
in 30-day increments, a lot of shit happens in 30 days.
Do you
goes
feel
by
like?
Very quick.
Do you feel like you have more disposable income? Like whatever was your disposable income before, you feel like you still flatten it out?
I mean, because I got kids, so like my kids eat all day, so I'm spending $300 at Sam's.
You spending more money on food than you were before?
For sure.
Okay.
I mean, but it all balances out because, you know, that was, you know, otherwise like we would buy pizza or, you know, go to Wendy's, or I go out to eat for lunch or some shit like that, or, you know, but I mean, I guess if I need to do the breakdown and look at it, but I mean, not really, you know, like I said, I'm spending $300 and, you know, spent like $250 yesterday on groceries. And then week 4 last, I spent like $320, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. I mean, I guess it is because, like I said, I'm not spending gas and doing all that other shit. So it's probably balancing right about. I mean, the way my checking account looks per today.
The way my checking in my savings set up.
Checking account look the same as it normally does around this time of the month after my mortgage and all that shit comes out. So
I have more money. And I'm happy about that. I have more disposable income. And seeing how much money I do in fact have just shows me how much money I've been spending. So, and you know, I've definitely spent more in groceries than I normally spend. However, I've been overstocking, you know what I'm saying? Just to make sure, like, I've been buying like extra shit because, you know, even with this week, they're talking about, you know, don't go to the grocery store. These next 2 weeks gonna be, at the height of this shit, and you know, people are gonna be dying and all this other shit. So try to avoid public places, you know. So for me, like, I've just been trying to make sure I have kind of more than enough, and you know, and things like that. So I've definitely been spending more money on groceries than I normally have. But in general, like, I've saved a lot of money. Like, I've saved a whole lot of money. I'm like, yo, like, my lifestyle really involves money. Like, like the life that I lead involves a lot of money that I didn't even really. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm always like, yo, I need to be saving more money, even though, you know, I save money, but it's like, you should be saving even more money. But like, just looking, I'm like, damn, like, I got way more money. Like, if you have like Bank of America, I don't know about other bank accounts or whatever, like large commercial bank accounts, but like for like my Bank of America, like it gives you like how much money you have more than what you deposit, like, or you're spending less than what you deposit. And like right now my numbers are like at an all-time high, like by like a lot. It's like, oh, you're saving X more than you deposit. And I was like, damn, like, that was a big jump. So if you have to think of silver linings, I feel like that is one of the bigger ones for me, you know, and my silver lining. What have you been doing to pass the time on week 4? Like, is it still the same thing? Like TV?
Same old shit, man.
Yeah.
Same shit. You know, I mean, ain't shit else to do. Like I said, last weekend I was in the garden. Like, I try to reserve I didn't have to cut my grass, but I cut it because I had shit else to do on Saturday. So I was like, cut the fuck out that shit. Had that shit looking nice. And then, you know, that was it, man. Like, you know, Saturdays and Sundays, I try to reserve for yard work. You know what I'm saying? Just to, get a break you know, in the monotony of sorts. And then, you know, weekdays, take the kids for a walk, shit like that. And nothing, man.
Have you discovered any quarantine favorites on, quarantine faves on like social media or anywhere, like celebrities or just anyone that you probably have been introduced to since the quarantine?
Nah,
it's pretty much the same. You still pretty much.
I mean, I'll click, you know, everybody's going live, so I'll just randomly click on somebody live to see what's going on, because everybody is either, you know, like I was on her live, the artist, last night, and she was killing that shit. Like, she looked 12.
She's really young.
Yeah, she like 22, 23.
She looked like she was 12. I thought it was a filter. I was like, yo, 12 look. Her looks young as fuck. Like,
yeah,
when she don't have all that shit trying to distract you, like the hair with the glasses and, you know,
she was killing it. So her and, Tori Kelly sang earlier this week or last week.
Tori Kelly should be bigger than what Tori Kelly is.
That motherfucker is awesome. And then she had had Alessia Cara on that shit yesterday. They was singing like a motherfucker, like little bitty motherfucker singing like crazy.
Yeah.
And I started following Alan Stone. I watched him.
Who the fuck is Alan Stone?
White dude. He raw.
He do what?
I think I taught him. He sing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, he's dope.
When you talking about your Blue Eyed Soul shit.
Yeah, Blue Eyed Soul, started following him. I mean, nothing different. I mean, you know, obviously, you know, I'll click on Joe shit because he's been having a bunch of people on there. Fat Joe's been having a bunch of people on his shit.
I don't even follow Fat Joe.
Shout out to PJ Tucker. I kind of finessed that, I feel like, because I know PJ best friend, nigga named Mark. Shout out to Mark. And like Fat Joe was on there doing, you know, talking sneakers and shit. He talk all type of shit. Like, he talks to everybody throughout the day.
Does Fat Joe still have his podcast?
Nah, he don't. But he runs it.
Why,
he runs the show kind of like
the podcast.
I don't know. Never talked about it.
Gotcha.
But PJ, I was watching the shit. He was like, yo, tell PJ Tucker, if anybody know PJ Tucker, tell him to come fuck with me. You know what I'm saying? Let's talk sneakers and shit. I hit my man Mark, who is PJ's best friend / assistant, I guess. I don't even know what the fuck he does. It's just his best friend is in the NBA, and it ain't fair. But, fucking, hit him like, yo, Fat Joe said PJ trying to get on his live and shit. So the next day they did that. So that was dope. PJ showed some shit. Fat Joe showed some shit. It was dope. You know, I mean, a bunch of lives. I just be on everybody live. Like, you never, Boosie live, of course. It's always entertaining. You never know if you're going to get up there. But you do, at the same time.
You definitely do.
T-Pain dope. He was made outside of like the battle. Like I like T-Pain just personally as an artist. So I go to his live. He was doing like a dope, he doing something dope. Like, he was making a beat a day and then putting that shit on TikTok and giving it away to, you know, whoever, like, on TikTok. You know what I'm saying? Like, whoever had the hottest, like, verse or some shit, he would give him a song or give him the beat and for free.
Oh, that's dope. That's pretty dope.
Yeah, so he did that shit all last week. That shit was dope. This is a bunch of random shit. You know what I'm saying?
I've discovered, so like my quarantine faves right now is Ari. We talked about Ari last week. Ari Lennox. I love Ari Lennox. I've literally fallen in love with Ari Lennox. Like, she is like so fucking regular, degular, smegular, and like weird at the same time. Like, she cracks me up. And
artist star.
I love Ari. For me, like, if I like you as a person, it makes me like your music more. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like Ari's already talented as fuck. You know what I'm saying? So that's not that. But just getting to know her, like, she cracks me the fuck up. Like, if I want to hang with you, you know what I mean? Like, if you get a vibe, like, we can hang out. Like, I love that. And then it's fucking Leslie Jordan. Like,
Who was that?
Leslie Jordan. You've seen Leslie Jordan, even if you haven't followed him. He's a little tiny white man, old white man.
Oh yeah.
He's funny as fuck. He was on Will and Grace, and he was also on The Cool Kids with David Allen Greer and damn, Carol Burnett's sister. I forget. But he's on that show. He's always been like a funny little guy, but he's funny as fuck to me. So I started following him because he kept making his rounds on social media. Like he kept going viral. So I started following him, and like, he's like this 60-plus-year-old miniature white gay man. And he's quarantining like by himself and shit. And
no, he got his mama with him.
Oh yeah, he did say like mama, but he don't never have his mama on the joint. But I'm like, damn, how's your mama? Cause he's 60 something, right. But you know, in white years, he look a little bit older than that. Because when I think about it, I think I compare all 60-plus-year-olds to my mama. And to me, like, my mama don't seem 60 plus. And so like, that's like my measuring stick for what 60-plus-year-olds look like. But he funny as hell. Like, shout out to Leslie Jordan, man. If y'all don't follow him, cause he is a funny little man. I opened the show with, shout out to Tory Lanez with quarantine.
Yeah, it's just good.
I actually only look at his
the ad lib
every.
Nigga is the funniest nigga though. Like they be having the ad libs is fucking hilarious.
And he funny. I don't look at all of his lives because he like live every fucking night and shit. But that shit has been funny. But he was talking about how they basically kind of cut off verified lives, I guess, due to, you know, certain people are like really getting followings based on their lives during this quarantine period. And Tory Lanez is one of them. He got up to like 350K. That's a lot of people. I mean, that's even though you have a captive audience, like that's still a lot of fucking people. So he's been trying to like open up different IG names like The Quarantine Live, and they cutting him off or whatever. Like, I just kind of feel like if these are the people that's providing entertainment, and obviously over 250,000 people, almost 500,000 people like this, like, why would you cut that off? Like,
yeah, that shit is just hating.
Instagram, like, they tripping.
Yeah, y'all getting 1 million people, like, y'all getting all these people at one time using your app. Like, the fuck, what type of money you making? Like, why wouldn't you? That shit is dumb.
Yeah, that shit extra.
Shout out to fucking hip hop for like providing the soundtrack and the amusement and the entertainment for fucking
tell them
for fucking, you know, this shit. Cause like, I forgot, somebody was saying that shit. I forgot who it was that said it. I was watching somebody on Instagram. They were like, yo, think about it. Like, the hip hop is the reason that like this shit is still okay. You know what I mean? Like, this shit ain't as bad, cause it's mad entertaining shit that's like on niggas' phones and shit. And that shit, he's like, who the fuck said that shit? Cause I want to give him the credit, cause it was actually very poignant point. But yeah, anyway, it'll come to me later. But yeah, but shout out to hip hop though. Like, everybody,
hip hop like, is Timbo, culture. Joe, Black culture
like,
is
shit,
culture.
All them niggas that's like doing shit for the love and making this shit bearable. You know what I mean? For what it's worth. Cause like, niggas ain't doing like hip hop. I mean, rock and roll and, you know, that other shit. Niggas ain't tuning into that shit.
Listen, I feel like, you know, we've already talked about Black culture being culture, period. Like, that's just, it just is what it is. But when you're looking at all of this shit that's going on, it's a direct correlation with hip hop. Like, I'm like, even all these challenges and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you see these whole white families doing Savage Challenge and all this type shit. Shout out to all those people that's doing like the Shake the Room and Don't Rush Challenge. Shout out to all the kings and queens doing that. I thought that was a super dope challenge with the Don't Rush. That song actually pretty dope. Like, I put that shit in my playlist.
What's that?
Don't
challenge?
Rush.
the
the
Vito
African
shit,
joint. Yeah, it ain't the Vito.
Oh, you talking about like when the motherfuckers doing the
when they changing their clothes and shit. Yeah.
Shout out to the women doing that shit. That shit is great.
Shout out to everybody doing that shit. Like I've seen men, women, I've seen kids, I've seen older guys, I've seen doctors do that shit. I've seen natural hair people do that shit. I've seen lesbians do that shit. I've seen transgenders do that shit. Like I've seen everybody do that shit. And it's just kind of one of those more positive joints. You know what I'm saying? Like where everybody doing that shit. It's by Young T and Bugsy and featuring Heady One. It's like some Afro beats type shit, but that song kind of dope. I told you I kind of fuck with Afro beats.
No, I mean it's the reason you fuck with it is because you're black, and that shit is like our.
But I don't fuck with like reggae rhythm. Like that.
That's not reggae is different than African. We're African by nature.
Okay,
we are beat of the drum. Like that's where drums come from. Like this.
Okay.
Intrinsically, in our DNA, right? So like,
I feel
that's why the heart rhythm is that of a drum.
Hey,
you know what I mean?
Tell me about it.
Yeah. And that's why you like that shit. Like that shit is in you. Like you really can't.
Yeah.
Like we are people of the drum. You know what I'm saying? Like for real.
And it helps that we understand what the fuck they saying. Yeah. Like with reggae, I don't understand what they saying. Like when somebody breaks it down to me or like I read the lyrics, like I'm like, oh, okay, that's what they saying.
But they ain't even using African drum. I mean, they using a variation of African drums because all drums come from Africa. But
isn't reggae like a mix of like African and Spanish?
Yeah, it's like calypso type shit.
Yeah,
but even still, but Afro beats is African music. You know what I'm saying? Like it's still like the core of it is still like the African. Whenever you see motherfuckers dancing in Africa and doing they tribal shit, like it's still that same drum pattern. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Those same drums and shit. So yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah. I think that song is super dope. Like it's a good song. Like it's one of those songs I'm not over yet. You know what I'm saying? Even though I hear it like all the fucking time. How you feel about that Drake shit? That Tootsie slide shit?
I like it.
That shit trash.
I like it.
That shit trash. Like I feel like Drake better than that song. What you like about
it? I like the beat. I like the hook. I like what he's saying and shit hard to me.
Left foot slide, right foot slide.
Like, I mean, aside from that, like, the shit dope. Like the verses on the songs is dope. Like the shit hard. I like the beat.
I heard that song for the first time and I was just like, this shit trash.
You don't like shit Drake though.
I love Drake. I love rapper Drake. I love rapper Drake. Don't ever put that on me.
You don't.
Rapper Drake?
You done said mad rap shit that recently that Drake dropped. You said you don't be feeling it.
Like?
It's a fact. Like
what? Like what?
You ain't like No Guidance. You didn't.
I didn't say I don't like No Guidance. I said it sounds like regular degular. It just sounds like I don't like it or dislike it. It just sounds like Drake.
Black Roses. You ain't like Black Roses.
Okay.
With Ross and Drake.
I didn't say I didn't like Black Roses.
Yes, you did.
I said it didn't do nothing for me. It's a difference between a song moving me. Like, I think what we always debate about is because I have levels and you have one or you have two. You like it or you don't like it. Like, it's either the best shit ever or it's trash.
How far-fetched is that?
Like that's how I feel. I've called you out about that shit several fucking times. Like shit can be just okay and not be trash.
And shit, and I can also like it and not like it.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what you like. You either you either love something to death and like you want to pet it and bring it home, or you hate the shit and you want to throw it in trash.
That's not true. I don't love Tootsie Slide. I like it though. That shit dope.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I think Drake is above that.
You don't like mad Drake shit though.
I think Drake. I love Drake. You're not gonna tell me what I like about Drake and what I don't like about Drake. I love rapper Drake. I don't like singer Drake.
It been mad rap songs that you said you ain't like.
I'm not saying I like every rap song. I'm not saying I don't like every rap song for anybody though.
6 rap songs that he's put out. I specifically.
I don't like emo. I don't like that Drake. I don't like that Drake. So that's not my Drake. That's not my Drake. But Drake is one of the top 5 rappers ever. To me, he's in my top 5. So you can't tell me I don't like Drake. I like rapper Drake. I don't like singer Drake. I think singer Drake is trash. However, Hotline Bling is one of my favorite Drake songs. I love Hotline Bling. And it goes against all the other shit I dislike about Drake. Like, I don't like that. I feel like Drake is, and it's crazy because I feel like me and Charlamagne don't agree on a lot in probably the last 2-3 years. However, I agree with Charlamagne when he like, this song is above Drake. Like, he's trying to push a TikTok song. He's trying to push which from a business perspective, the same props I give to Nicki Minaj. When Nicki Minaj do them pop songs and shit like that I don't like personally, but I understand they're going to make a lot of money. I understand the business behind music versus my personal preferences, right? So I feel like this is a song that Drake is pushing on TikTok. Like, can't nobody go out, can't nobody go do the Kiki, do you love me, dancing, all that shit. Let's push a TikTok song because TikTok is what's popping right now. So let's do a dance song. I get it from a business perspective, but am I going to be in my crib fucking playing Tootsie fucking slide from a nigga who can't even dance? No, the fuck I'm not. Like, that's trash. You feel like Drake would have put this song out outside of this pandemic?
I don't really care about that. I just like the song. Like, I don't really care about the timing of it at all. I just like the song. Song dope. Like, it's not like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like it's above him because he was still spitting. Like, the nigga was still getting off. You know what I'm saying? Like, and the beat hard. Like, can't say the beat hard. If he had
I don't think the beat is hard. I don't like anything about the song.
No, that's cool. Shout out to you.
I don't like anything about the song. Like, I think it's a trash ass song. Like, I think it's a throwaway for me. However, it's Drake. Drake can't lose. I'm not here to say that Drake is gonna lose. Drake is, I don't foresee Drake losing outside of that one battle with Pusha T in life, period. Like, niggas love Drake. Like, niggas love Drake. Like, Drake could fucking fart on the track and release that shit and y'all gonna be like, that shit hard. That shit Drake. That shit Drake. That shit the best shit ever. Like, no, motherfucker, players fall sometimes. And, you know, I know you're a Drake fan. I know you're a Chris Brown fan. Like, it's very hard for them two to lose in your book. But no matter who my favorite nigga is or my favorite bitch is, like, I can accurately critique their performance.
And so can I. I just like the song. Like, if it won't jamming to me, I would say it won't jamming. But, I mean, I like the song. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Can you do the Tootsie slide?
Nah, that shit is weird. Like, it's a weird dance.
How's it a weird? Okay, so it's a weird dance, but it's a dope song.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, just cause it's a,
yeah,
that makes
explain
sense.
it to
Like,
me.
that's apples
Explain
and
it to
oranges.
me. How is that not?
Because it's a weird dance, like, just like scheme wise, but I like the song. I'm talking about the song. I ain't talking about the dance. I ain't say I like the dance. I said I like the song.
Ain't the song about the dance though?
I mean, it's the hook, but I don't gotta like the song. I mean, I don't gotta like the dance. Like, I didn't do the Soulja Boy dance, but I like the song. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I didn't love the dance, like, but I enjoyed the song.
So when Soulja Boy come on, you don't hit that Soulja?
Nah, not really. I mean, I might like do a little crank, but I ain't finna Superman.
Then what you gonna do a little crank, right? So you know the movements that come with that bitch.
And the Tootsie slide come on, you gonna goddamn do the left foot up, man. You gonna do the right foot slide. You definitely gonna do that too. Well, it's mad motherfuckers doing it, so.
100%. I never doubted that. Drake gonna win regardless.
I mean, again, I like the song.
Drake gonna win regardless.
Like the song. I don't like the Cupid Shuffle. I don't do the Cupid Shuffle, but I like the song. Like, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like songs that just so happen to be about dance. Like, I don't necessarily got to do the dance. You know what I mean?
Got you. What other music you listening to? Or are you listening to any music?
Nah, not really. I ain't listening to new. I want to listen to that Jesse Reyes. I heard that was dope, but I ain't checked it out yet. I just been playing the shuffle. I got so much shit on my phone. I just be shuffling.
Yeah.
Getting that bitch all day.
When do you have time to listen to music? Like, are you just listening when you chilling or like while you working or?
All time. I mean, I'm working. Well, I got a Bluetooth speaker, like a light bulb in my bathroom. So whenever I go in the bathroom and take a shower or take a shit or whatever.
I got a bathroom speaker too.
Yeah. So I got, it's like a light. So that shit dope.
My shit be having my shit look like the club. Like it's like some blinking shit.
Nah,
my Bluetooth speaker is like, it get like this effect.
Is it a light?
It's not a light. It's a speaker with a light, not a light with a speaker.
Yeah, my shit is a light bulb. So it's just like in my, over my sink and shit. So yeah, I just cut that bitch on. So I cut it on, like cut the light on, that bitch synced to my phone. Me and my wife be beefing cause she we be trying to sync our phones in time. You know what I'm saying? Like before motherfucker get in there. Cause like you can't do a dual sync. You know what I'm saying? So like she be wanting to listen to her little shit.
But like you taking the shower, whoever in the bathroom should get to own the speaker, right?
But yeah, if she in the shower though, and I'm like in the room and I'm already listening to music cause I like had the door open and shit. Cause it's a speaker. So like if I get out of the shower, like you ain't finna like take my shit off.
Hey, that's rude, bruh. That's rude. Whoever taking the shower should be able to listen. It's like the driver get to dictate the music on a road trip. You don't feel that way? Tiff, I'm rooting for you, Tiff. I'm rooting for you, man. I'm rooting for you. So let me give a corona update. So corona update is COVID-19 update. So Pink, the singer, and her 3-year-old, had it. They're good now. Oprah let Stedman back into the house after 14 days, after his business trip. So I guess Gail gone and now Stedman can come back in. Unfortunately, with the rise of unemployment, that means domestic violence is up. That's very unfortunate. That goes back to what B and I were talking about last week and the week before, that everybody home ain't a home. Like this ain't, you know what I mean, good for everybody. Divorce inquiries are up. Motherfuckers tired of being up under each other. I think this is a situation in which, you realize who you married or who you're in a relationship with or who you're fucking. Trust. You know what's going on if you're kind of trapped with a person for a little while. I think there is a difference between, and I know for me and B, you can speak up for yourself. Like, I feel like there's a difference between me wanting to do something and me being forced to do something.
Yeah, of course, it's human nature.
Yeah, it's kind of like, like it's different. And I know that about me, like heavy. Like that's with me heavy. It's a difference between like you forcing me to do something or you telling me to do something. Like I don't like that shit. Like I don't like that shit at all. Unfortunately, corona deaths have surged in New York on Monday by 731, which on Sunday they were declaring that, deaths were down and then they just picked up on Monday. This is the biggest single day jump since the outbreak. LA is offering rewards for snitching, up to 5K.
I ain't mad at this shit.
I'm not mad either. Would you snitch?
I wouldn't snitch. Nah, I ain't gonna snitch, but
I'm
I wouldn't
snitching.
be mad at motherfuckers snitching.
I'm snitching. You offering me 5K for some shit y'all shouldn't be doing anyway that impacts me? Like, on some normal shit, like if some shit ain't got shit to do with me, I'm Gucci. But I need this shit to be over with like as quick as possible. So y'all just fucking ignoring this shit and y'all having a whole fucking party. Call me Tekashi 6ix9ine. Like I'm snitching on y'all bitches and I'm getting my 5K. Like stay the fuck in the house. Don't give niggas a reason to snitch is all I got to say. If you can, stay in the house. If you not in a position where your house is a home, you know what I'm saying? Find something. Find a way to get somewhere. Like Google something. Find where you can go. Cause again, I'm fully aware that everyone's house is not a home. I'm fully aware of that. But it's a difference between one person trying to seek refuge and 25 motherfuckers having to get together. Like, come on, y'all. Like, let's just get this shit over with so we can have parties. So we can get together. So we can go to restaurants. So we can take our kids out. So we can do shit together again. It's just like a holding period. If we get through this, we can get through the other parts. Some places are actually have fines for social distancing. I've seen them as little as $500 in some states and counties, up to like $5,000 fines. So, you know, money is already tight for a lot of people. Just stay where you need to stay. California has released 3,500 nonviolent offenders.
What the?
And these are individuals that have 30 to 60 days release. So they were released 30 to 60 days early. Places like Kentucky is putting ankle monitors on COVID-19 individuals who refuse to self-quarantine.
I'm down.
I'm down with that as well. Yeah, where your people are from, Louisiana, they accidentally, and I put that in air quotes, used the purge siren to indicate the curfew.
Yeah, my cousin was telling me about that shit, yo. Cause I talked to him, he called me on my birthday and shit, and he told me that then they apologized for that shit. And like, motherfuckers was actually like out and about a little bit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And my cousin from Louisiana, he's a gun toting motherfucker. Like that bitch got plenty straps. He's like, boy, I was just standing in the front door, like ready for a nigga to trip, like word.
Off the purge joint, like how you not know that's the purge siren? Like,
right. Why are you hitting sirens? The fuck?
Facts. That is a fact. Like when people say accidentally, I don't think that should be accidental, bro. Nigga. It's just you got caught, and now you gotta say that shit is accidental. Right. There has been a tiger in the Bronx Zoo that has been diagnosed with COVID-19 because a zookeeper had it, and now he's been diagnosed. This for me is scary.
Right.
Like, I think I processed it, whether it's things that I read or information that, accumulated in my mind that, you know, animals were basically exempt. But I feel like if a tiger can catch it, then what happens when other animals catch it? Right. When your household pets catch it, and you can't tell animals to stay in the house and shit like that. So if they're spreading the shit, like, it's absolute pandemonium.
12 monkeys.
Yeah. 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 That shit is crazy. Like, a tiger getting the shit is crazy. Like, tigers are having like the best and worst month ever. Yeah.
They were off to a fire start.
They were off to a fire start. Stimulus checks allegedly are going out starting the 13th. So if you qualify for one, those should start going out on April 13th. Although previous reports said they wouldn't go out until May. Unfortunately, fucking churches are still meeting.
Mm-hmm.
14 states have deemed it okay for churches to meet. What sense does that make?
None. I don't know, man. Like, I mean, if you do churches, you might do everything else.
I feel like, first of all, we've talked about religion and all that shit on this show so many times before. But I feel like if you are a true leader of a church, pastor, minister, whatever the case may be, you should be preaching that God is wherever you are. You don't have to congregate to talk to God. You don't have to congregate to worship. You don't have to do any of those things. But a lot of these mega churches have streams of their service. Mm-hmm. So if you are a minister, a pastor, a leader of a congregation, a flock, or whatever you call your followers, then you should be telling these people, stay wherever you at. You know, and a lot of them are saying like, I'm covered in the blood of Jesus and blah, 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 blah. Like, that's like saying like, oh, it's a fire going on and I'm about to walk right into this bitch because I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. Meanwhile, Jesus giving the conceited gift where niggas like, like, yeah, I don't know about that. Like, you can't walk into danger.
Right.
And knowingly walk into danger and say I'm covered by the blood of Jesus. Like, that just seems stupid to me, but I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person. I'm not a religious person, but it just goes back to, church being a business. You know, it goes back to church being a business, and it's very sad to me. Do you know anyone that's going to church?
Nah.
Yeah, me either. Me either. I don't know a lot of people that are going to church, but I know that it was a church, in the DC, Maryland area that congregated, and fucking 40 of the 45 motherfuckers had coronavirus after the shit. Like, that shit is crazy. Speaking of DC, listen, my niggas, I love y'all. I do. They had to shut down the wharf in DC.
Yeah.
I saw a picture of the wharf, B.
That shit was deep.
That shit was super deep.
I done been to the wharf several times. It was never that deep.
Listen.
Like, never that. It was a lot of people, but it wasn't nothing like that. That shit was lit. Like, that shit was like, they had a damn, like, festival out there, bitch.
Facts. I thought when they showed, like, the first time that I saw the news headline about the wharf, I thought they just used like a stock photo. Because when I saw it, it was packed. Not one person had on a mask, a glove, none of that shit. So I thought they just used like a stock photo to, you know, show, you know, how packed the wharf has been. That was a real fucking photo. Like, are y'all fucking stupid? Like, come on. In Baltimore, I'm tired of seeing y'all on the fucking news. Like, I'm tired of seeing y'all on the news. Like, stop acting fucking ignorant. Like, it's already a thing about Baltimore. Like, y'all got lead paint y'all still dealing with. Like, y'all need to get the fuck in the house. Y'all accent already fucked up. Like, come on, guys. Like, let's get it together. And with all of this information that's coming, the black population is being more impacted by COVID-19 than anyone else.
Mm-hmm.
It's disproportionate. Like in Chicago, where was it? Chicago, DC, New York. Like, we're talking about places where the population of African Americans is 13%, but the numbers of individuals dying by the hands of COVID-19 is 74%. Now, we already know, B, that has other factors that goes with it, right? Like racism. Dun, 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 dun. This is the racism part of the show. Like, black people are not getting put on ventilators like they should. They're not getting the care that they should. They don't have a lot of insurance, so they're not getting pushed to the line like they should. Yep. It's sad.
Yeah, it's fucked up out here.
It really is.
It's fucked up, man.
It really is. And, you know, I saw that, Trump and, homeboy, what's his name? Start with an F. I forget the
doctor.
The doctor talking about that, you know, COVID-19 is more susceptible to people with, predetermined conditions, right? Pre-existing, you're right. Like asthma, diabetes, other shit. And unfortunately, the black community is more susceptible to that. They have higher numbers of that. So just like history repeating itself, we're always catching the L.
Yeah, man. Yeah, it's fucked up. You know, just another harsh reality that we gotta face.
Yeah.
You know? But we'll overcome that shit too. We're gonna shake and bake on that motherfucker.
Listen, people, we need all of us, you know, I know we talked a few episodes back, probably 3 episodes back or so, like how black people have not been impacted as much, but it's like this thing that like sped forward. Like, we weren't being impacted. Now we're the highest group being impacted.
Yep. So y'all be cool, man. Just stay in the house. Like,
stay in the house.
In the crib, man.
Stay in the house. And it doesn't matter if it's family or not. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, family does not make you immune to the coronavirus. Mm-hmm. Like, you can't have your cousins and them come over because y'all family. Like, I saw on Instagram this Sunday, I saw various people on my timeline talking about they having Sunday dinner. Now, although they didn't show the people at the Sunday dinner, I'm talking about trays of shit that's for more than 10 motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying?
Crazy.
I'm like, y'all, I know we love our family. I know we want to get up. I know we want to kick it. Black people, we are the people that, you know, we're very resilient. We try to make light of a lot of things because we worked our way through a lot of hardships. Let's stay in. I just feel like if we stay in, we can get over it quicker. And that's where I want to be.
Yeah.
I want to be at a point where we talking about how fucked up this shit was versus how fucked up this shit is.
Yeah.
You know? So like, let's do that. Shout out to the Cuomo brothers. We've talked about them probably for the past 3 weeks and shit. But I feel like they have become like the fucking media COVID-19 like darlings and shit. Mm-hmm. Like,
that's a fact.
Chris had the shit and he's been telling people how to like get through the shit, like how to fight the shit. And then Andrew, who's the governor of New York, he's been doing all of these things to the point where his approval rating is so through the roof that motherfuckers like, nah, he need to run for president.
Yeah. And
they've been talking about how Biden has basically dropped the ball since COVID-19.
He just ain't said shit.
Nothing.
That nigga ain't said nothing. That man, I was listening to Brilliant Idiots. The person that Andrew Schultz, who this has a great disdain for.
Yes, like, disdain is the right word.
Charlamagne was like, "What the fuck, Biden?" At? He's like, "Biden has been dead for 4 years." He was like, "It is fucking weekend of Bernie's over there at the Biden." You hear me? Like, he was like, Joe Biden is fucking senile and he's just like, he has no idea what to do. And somebody just like, he's a prop and somebody just got puppet strings and just using him for, you know, whatever. But he's like, he has no idea what's going on. He has no idea how to log on to social media. You know, he has no idea how to do anything remotely close in, especially handle a pandemic. That's why the fuck he been quiet, because he don't know what the fuck going on.
Hey, I feel like that's crazy. That's crazy if you don't know how to handle a pandemic better than Trump.
Right.
I feel like we can get one of my nieces, one of your kids to handle a pandemic better than Trump had. So if Biden can't handle it better than Trump, like that's a problem. That's a problem. They're talking about how, all of this is going to make it hard to vote, and the GOP is basically, banking on that.
Right.
I just kind of feel like if I was Trump, I understand like the power, and he's probably drunk with the power because he's definitely not getting the money, even though he's setting up his life so that once this is over, he'll be making mad money. Like with Trump, I feel like Trump should just want to like, this too much. Like, yeah, I shouldn't want to do this shit no more.
Yeah,
it was
I wouldn't even want to be president no more. Like, I'm about to go.
I would never want to be president.
And the clock out.
Right. When my shift over, yo, come November or January, January 21st, 2021, I'll be happy to clock out whenever the new president, you know what I'm saying, come in. But Trump ain't gonna let that happen. Look, before this shit all said and done with, Trump might have it so that presidents could damn go 12 years or fucking 16 years before all this shit is over. It's easy when you don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
Life is easy.
Day in office.
It's definitely a day in
office. And I watch Homeland, so if you watch Homeland, like this shit ill, like how the writers of Homeland are very ill. Like Homeland is one of the most well-written shows ever. Yeah, shit, great.
Damn. Okay.
There's mad shit going on.
I've always heard good shit about Homeland.
Homeland, that shit. It's the last season right now, but that shit's so goddamn good. But, it's like the parallels, they always write like, it's always like damn near like kind of synced up with what the fuck's going on and shit. It's no pandemic, but it's like, you know, cross seas shit, but yeah, shit dope. Watch Homeland if y'all ain't got shit to do. Start from the very beginning. It's one of the best shows that has ever been created. That shit is the most well written show. Like you'll literally be on the edge of your seat and not know the next move that's going to take place. And then when it happens, you're fucking floored. So that shit is really good. Shout out to Homeland and the writers.
Shout out to Homeland. You ready to give these people a black fact?
Oh yeah. Hold on.
We gonna get into B's black facts. Skibbity bee bop. Oh, B's black facts. And B is while B is pulling up his black fact, I want to say, rest in peace to Bill Withers. It's crazy because I never knew this guy's name, but I knew his songs, and he is a songwriter, singer, and musician that did like Ain't No Sunshine when he's gonna lean on me, Lovely Day, and Just the Two of Us.
If you watched The Black Godfather about damn, what's brother's name? I forgot what the fuck his name was. God damn it. Something Clemens. Fuck, what's his name? He was from, no. God damn, it's gonna come to me. But he was from.
Is he the producer?
Nah, he was from, he's from North Carolina. He's from Clemens, North Carolina, I think, which is outside of Greensboro. Damn, what's that nigga name, man? Fuck, it's right on the tip of my tongue. It'll come to me anyway, but he basically, Bill Withers was his first artist and shit, and like pretty much like sparked his ascension up to the ranks. And god damn, what's his name, man? Hold on, I'm about to look this shit up. I can't take it.
I can't take it.
The Black Godfather. It's on Netflix. If you ain't watched it, you should. It's really good.
I know exactly who you're talking about, but look his name up. I know
Charles Avant.
Mm-hmm. You talked about him on the show.
Clarence Avant. I looked it up, but as I saw his face, it was Clarence Avant. He was really dope. But Bill Withers was his first artist and shit. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, he was that nigga that's basically in the mix of everything.
Yeah, realest nigga ever. Like, that nigga was he's the reason that fucking President Bush and fucking Obama got elected, like, on some real shit. Shit was dope.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
Ready to get that black fact?
Yeah, this is also another rest in peace to the former CEO, Earl Butch Graves Jr. He was the founder of the Black Enterprise and publisher of the Black Enterprise magazine, which obviously celebrates black folks. He died on April 6th. He was 85. He launched Black Enterprise in August of 1970. He was a visionary founder who created the vehicle to provide information and advocacy that has empowered and inspired generations of African Americans to build wealth through business ownership, career advancement, and money management. Through his media company, which now comprises national business and lifestyle events, web and digital offerings, he opened the door for the best and brightest in global business arenas. For nearly half a century, Mr. Graves has been the cornerstone and catalyst for a multi-generational network of most accomplished Black entrepreneurs, business leaders, and professionals in every industry, from Main Street to Wall Street, from Silicon Valley to the White House. The entire Black Enterprise family, don't worry about that part. That was just from that. But yeah, so yeah, man, just want to give him a big RIP because obviously he changed the world. He recently passed away. And Black Enterprise is still a hot commodity in terms of, you know, being, I haven't purchased one or seen one in a while, but I know that they still have them. They've moved online like most magazines, but, obviously they've highlighted us in a celebratory way forever since August of 75. So, shout out to him. Rest in peace. And, go buy Black Enterprise if you haven't.
Hey, that's what's up. I had a Black Enterprise like way back in the day when you used to get like a rack of magazine subscriptions for signing up for some shit.
Right.
But no, it was a great magazine. So, you know, rest in peace. Rest in peace to those two guys. Hey, you ready to get into some litter shit?
Yep.
Litter shit is our pop culture segment where we talk about all the fuck shit on your timeline. What is your quarantine indulgements?
I smoked some pot earlier, and I'm enjoying a Blue Moon beverage.
A Blue Moon. Are you stocked up like for the next 2 weeks, or do you think you're gonna have to go to the grocery store and or liquor store?
Well, I just went to Sam's yesterday. I need to go. I meant to get some beer and I forgot. But nah, I'm probably gonna run out of beer after a while, so I'm gonna have to go get some this weekend or so.
Yeah, I was debating on that. Like I have shit. Don't get me wrong. Like I got a lot of shit, but like my go-tos, I'm like, damn, I'm almost out. Like, should I go or should I fucking stay in the house? But I had like 3 shots. So first of all, I just want y'all to know that the cable company pissed me off earlier today while I was working, and I called the cable company. And they pissed me off. And then a friend of mine called me and she was super pissed off. So we started drinking at like 2 because it's the fucking quarantine and ain't no rules pretty much. It's, it's anarchy out here. And so, but I'm drinking an Angry Orchard, and I've had a few shots today, so I'm not gonna even lie. And, and spinach is as well. Like, let's go. I just feel like I need to get through this quarantine. Like, to y'all people, cause I talked to one of my really, really good friends. Shout out to Mayweather. I talked to one of my really, really good friends, and she does not drink or smoke or anything. Right. And I'm just like, and she's having like a sort of a tough time. And she's never drank, like, she will take like a shot, like, cause it's my birthday and because I'm me, and I'm like, do it. And she'll do it. But like, for you people who are going through all of this with nothing but the high of life, I celebrate you. Cause I'm not strong enough for that. Like, it's like instant everything okay. You know what I mean? Like, if you take a shot or, you smoke something, like, do whatever, like, it makes things level out. So shout out to you people who can, like, just deal with reality on your natural high. But let's get into some litter shit. And like I said, litter shit is all the fuck shit you see on your timeline. Put your my cider up to your blue moon, and we're gonna talk about fucking parents and getting parents out of here or getting them some education. So, Yaya Mayweather. So, Floyd Mayweather's 19-year-old daughter, who goes by the nickname Yaya, stabbed her boyfriend's baby mama. And the young lady was named LaPatra Jacobs. That's super black. Over a confrontation over, I guess, the nigga that they share by the name of NBA Youngboy. Shout out to the new listeners, all of the old listeners, or anyone who is on social media. If you don't know one NBA Youngboy song, what you do know is that NBA Youngboy is always in some fuck shit or always got some shit going on. Like, he's only 20 years old, but he's definitely not a positive young man. He's a very angry young man, but he has all of these women, and he has 5 children, I think. He's 20. He has like 5 children and like 4 baby mothers at 20 years old. But this young lady was arrested Saturday morning around 1:30 and in a Houston, Harris County jail. Now, Yaya was booked and charged with a felony on aggravated assault with a deadly weapon. She's since been released, $30,000 bond, and she pleaded not guilty to the attack, that happened inside his home. But then NBA Youngboy gets back on social media, goes on this rant. He's calling Yaya his wife. She pops up in the back with a disheveled purple wig, just looking like, I don't know, like a robot or some shit. Like, she just ain't herself. I have no idea. I have no idea what these young people are on. And he was going off talking about she his wife and y'all don't worry about what's going on. So a lot of flack went towards Floyd, right, B? So they're just like, Floyd, like, what the fuck you doing? You've been letting your daughter fuck with this delinquent ass rapper. Like, what's going on? And Floyd hadn't said shit, but then he posted something on Instagram that was a response, I guess. And it was him with his son Karan teaching him like training and like boxing moves or whatever. And the caption was, never claim to be perfect, but I strive to be the best father possible, and hashtag daddy duties or whatever. This young lady is 19 years old. Her boyfriend is 20 years old. B, as a father, like, do you think Floyd is still in a position to kind of step in on this?
I mean, yeah, but she's still grown. You know what I'm saying? Like, she's still out the house and not in his house, I'm sure. So, I mean, he can only do with so much, but you can't like tie her to the fucking bed. She an adult, like legally, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Not mentally, but you know, she gonna do what she want to do. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm shit. I was wild when I was 19, nowhere near that. And I didn't have, you know, a significant other that was a fucking millionaire either. But you know, like shit, he got his own shit. He can take care of her. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and then all he got to do is, I mean, as a father, you can do the best you can, right? So like, all you know, you got to keep in contact with her and make sure she all right and whoop de whoop. But in terms of disrespecting me, I ain't with none of that. You know what I'm saying? And for you to let him disrespect me in front of me.
Bitch ass daddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought I caught that. And I was like, did he just say, yo, bitch ass daddy? And then you just there. Like, she gave me cult vibes, like battered woman vibes. Like,
yeah, she definitely get hit. He's an angry little fucker.
He's very angry, B. Like,
he's an ugly little motherfucker too, boy.
Bro, he got a dent in his head.
He got 2 dents in his head.
That nigga look like, fucking a can of baked beans that you need to send back. Like, what the fuck? Like, he's very angry. Like, he needs, real talk, B, like, I don't wish anything on any of these young people. Like, I all want them to do well. But like, this nigga seems like a case study of something bad to come in the future.
Louisiana's an interesting place, man. Like, it is a very interesting place. If you've ever been to Louisiana, specifically New Orleans, Baton Rouge, it's a lot of people like that. Like, like, Louisiana motherfuckers is different. Like, real shit. Like, them niggas is, they just a different breed. I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, that shit is an interesting place, man. Like, Louisiana is like, it's a lot of like little mad gangster motherfuckers and shit. Like, I done met a lot of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, a bunch of them.
Do they act like this nigga?
I wouldn't say necessarily that, but they got like some Boosie in them. It's like
gutter.
It's like super gutter, like country gutter, like it's some other shit.
Country gutter.
Like, I done met, like, I'm from the South, right? So like, and I know a bunch of Durham niggas. I know a bunch of like, you know, like country gutter niggas, but like, it's a difference. Like, I can't really explain it. Like, I done met a bunch of Georgia. Like, the
further south you go, it's a different type of gutter, I feel like.
Oh, for sure. That's a fact. But it's just weird. I can't really pinpoint it. But like, if for all my people that know people from Louisiana, I'm sure you can, like, you know, feel that. But, cause I got, you know, family and, I mean, I got like a bunch of cool ass fucking family shit, but I got there's a bunch of niggas in my family too that, about that action. You know what I'm saying? That'll got them slap shit out you and like a bunch of they homeboys and shit. Like, my brother-in-law is a whole gangster. His homeboys is whole gangsters. Like, your mouth full of goddamn goals and smoke your goddamn ass. Like, for real. Like, for real.
That's crazy.
Like, real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, but, you know, still good niggas and shit, whatever, but it's just different. Like, niggas, I don't know. I can't articulate exactly what I'm saying. It's just some Louisiana, Baton Rouge, New Orleans shit. Like,
so you saying he basically on trend for what a fucking Louisiana nigga would be?
Yeah. Yeah, I met some interesting, like, I met some young niggas that was like 12 or 11 that was fucking scary.
God damn.
And I was like 20, you know what I'm saying? 21, 22. And I'm like, these little niggas are scary. Like, goddamn. I'm like, what's up with y'all? Y'all niggas cool? Y'all straight?
Y'all need some motherfucking fruit by the foot? Like, what? Y'all good? Y'all need anything?
Them niggas ain't need shit. Them niggas was smoking and drinking and shit just like a regular nigga. And they 10 and 12? Like 12 and 13.
Bruh, that's crazy.
Had straps on them and everything. Like, that shit was wild. Like, had me feel uncomfortable a little bit. I'm like, God damm. But it was cool, you know what I'm saying?
Like, do you feel like that lifestyle is necessary, or is it like, is the circumstances so gutter that type of lifestyle is absolutely necessary to survive?
You can walk into the store and get a pistol. Like, if you're 18 and like, it's no background checks, like they run your shit right there at the, like, you know, you can go to Dick's and pick up a handgun. You know what I'm saying? They run your shit right there on the spot. If you ain't got nothing crazy, you can get a pistol. You know what I'm saying? So like, everybody has a gun.
But like, dude, is it required?
If everybody else got a gun,
that's what I'm saying. Like, do you feel like everybody is doing this because that is the culture and the type of atmosphere that they're
everybody
in?
I know in
or it's just that's guns. What they're used to, so that's why they like
everybody in Louisiana I know has a gun. Like, everybody has, like, I've met Man, I got uncles and aunts and all them motherfuckers got straps. Like, for real. Like, strap the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's just the niggas. You know what I'm saying? The white folks just got just as many because it's a different type of white folk down there too. You know what I'm saying? Like,
and they all sound
everybody
the same
has
in New
guns.
Orleans.
Everybody got a pistol. You know what I'm saying? And if you can't get one, if you can't get no legal one, somebody will sell you a dirty one, or you can steal one or some shit. Like, niggas got pistols, and niggas about that action out there, motherfucker. I done been to some mad parties. Them shits get shot the fuck up. Like, niggas be having straps, cuz I ain't even gonna hold you. Like, niggas be strapped up in Louisiana. Like, you can just go in the store and get a fucking gun.
That's crazy. I think this young man has so much anger inside of him. Like, he just got so much evil inside of him.
Yeah,
like,
it sucks. Cause he's a talented little nigga too. I like his music.
He just need a outlet, or he need to talk to somebody, or medication. Like, real talk, because this young man is gonna hurt himself or hurt someone.
Mm-hmm.
And him being him has already got this young girl who probably has daddy issues. She all fucked up in the game. Like, she all like a zombie. Like, for this boy who literally, like, it's so crazy because these, like, 19 to 20, y'all kids, man. Y'all kids. And not only that, you're a millionaire and your girlfriend has a father who's a fucking almost a billionaire. So it kind of goes with you don't have to be disenfranchised to be a fucking mess.
Mm-hmm.
Like, y'all got all the resources at y'all disposal. However, this the life y'all leading. This ghetto trash mess right here. Like, this the life y'all two choose to lead. Like, young man, get some fucking help. Hey, Floyd, go get your daughter. That's what I feel like. Like, at the end of the day, like, as a father, you should have a certain type of influence over your child. Mother too. But I feel like it's so little African Americans that actually had their father around, the ones who actually do, like, really be listening. And I just feel like, you know, Floyd, it's time, and the mom don't seem that put together.
Right.
But like, NBA Youngboy, have you seen his mom?
Mm-hmm.
Bruh, when you look at these children parents, can you see exactly why they are like they are?
Of course.
It's just, the apples don't fall far from the tree, man. Like, it's sad to me because I'm okay with talking about this shit because that's what this segment is for. But like, when it comes to like young motherfuckers like this, like, y'all a fucking mess. Like, this shit shouldn't be going on. Like, this is a mess to me.
Motherfuckers been a mess though. When they was 20 years old, niggas just ain't have phones. It's a bunch of niggas that, if you could have thought about it.
But I just feel like this is, I think of it more be like back when the 20 the people that we talking about was 20 years old. They didn't have millionaire parents. They wasn't making millions of dollars. Like, I just feel like when you have a certain amount of money and you just a good person, then you should be able to jump over a lot of obstacles that maybe, you know, people with less money can't. I'm
gonna tell you like this: you could be a fool broke, you could be a fool rich.
That's very true.
That shit ain't, you know what I'm saying? If you was a fool broke, you gonna be a fool rich. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't changing nothing.
That's
like,
very true.
That shit just giving that same amount of shit to you know, millions of dollars to do shit even more destructive. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's plenty of niggas that's, you know, that I'm pretty sure if Youngboy won't rapping, he'd be fucking nuts too. You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's just
yeah.
You know, we just give all that shit a lot of money to attack on top of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Nah, I feel you. I just really want, you know, they are toxic together and they young and toxic. I just see this being a Lifetime movie soon, and I don't want it to be that. It's like You young and your emotions is too fucking high about everything. This young lady is willing to stab somebody for this nigga. What if she would have went deeper? This young lady could be dead. And this could be a whole nother story right now. Like, it's sad. NBA Youngboy and Yaya Mayweather stabbing this young lady is litter shit, man. Yeah, that shit is shit. Like, it's shit. I feel like last episode was a bunch of like gay shit. This shit is about a bunch of illegal shit. So I don't know if you heard me, but PlayBoi Carti was arrested on Saturday. PlayBoi Carti, who's 23 years old, real name is Jordan Carter, was pulled over in his fucking Lamborghini. We're talking about privilege and money again. Pulled over in his Lamborghini. It was actually Thursday, not Saturday, because he had some expired tags. When the police pulled him over and searched PlayBoi Carti's Lamborghini, it was loaded with several bags of drugs, including weed, Xanax, codeine, and 3 firearms. So PlayBoi Carti was locked up. Like, we heard this story a bunch of times before. You know what I'm saying? Like, this happens. I feel like you probably know more rappers than I know. You know what I'm saying? Like, personal rappers, like successful rappers. I know a lot of niggas with mixtapes though. But, like with these rappers and them getting this money that they work so hard for, do you think like them getting pulled over for like drugs and firearms is kind of what you said about NBA Youngboy? Like, he was going to be fucked up with it. He was going to be fucked up without it. Do you feel like these people are just these people are like a victim of like the industry and probably paranoia?
I mean, it's a combination, you know what I'm saying? Like, but it's, you know, niggas, when you're from a certain environment, like you just, again, I'll say it all the time, you're a product of your environment, some of your experiences. When you from a certain environment, like when you're 20 and 21, and if you're from the hood, you still gonna go back to the hood, you know what I'm saying? Like you shouldn't necessarily, but if all your homeboys doing X, Y, and Z, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be doing the same shit. So like, you know, I mean, having straps, niggas be having straps. Like that shit ain't really nothing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people have guns. Like this is America. Like this shit is built on fucking guns, right? So like niggas have guns and that's their, second degree? What is that? Second Amendment or 4th Amendment?
5th Amendment.
That's not the 5th Amendment.
Second Amendment.
Yeah, Second Amendment. 5th
It's the Second Amendment.
Yeah,
it's like freedom and we all need to be strapped up. Although that was written when you had to fucking put one bullet in a gun.
Right.
And stuff that shit and then shoot it and then do that shit over. Where it took motherfucking 15 minutes to let off 4 shots. Where we have automatic weapons now. But go ahead, I'm sorry. That
but nah,
crazy.
I mean that's just it. So like niggas be having straps. That part, you know, it's just drugs and guns go together like peanut butter and jelly, you know what I mean? Like in rap, you know what I'm saying? So it's just niggas Ja Rule got caught with pistols and Wayne got caught with pistols and niggas be getting caught with straps. And Jim Jones got caught with pistols. Jewels had like niggas be having pistols. You know what I'm saying? Like,
why won't they just register them? Because they're previous felons probably?
Yeah, for sure. Niggas rather get caught with it than not.
Cause my whole thing is you can get a gun if you're allowed to get a gun. But when we're talking about these individuals, that's why I'm like, are they felons? That's why they can't get a gun. That's why they have illegal guns. Cause as long as your guns are legal, you good. As long as you got the proper permit.
It depends. Yeah, it depends on what type of like permits and shit and where you at and whatever the state laws are. Cause like you can have like in North Carolina, like you gotta have your pistol. It's very ambiguous actually, the wording. The last time I looked, like if you don't have a concealed carry, like you can't, like it's gotta be locked away or some shit like that to the point where, but it's very ambiguous. It doesn't say like locked in your trunk, locked in your glove box. It just says locked away, right?
So it's based on interpretation and whatever your lawyer can argue for you.
Exactly. And whatever they can charge you with. So, I don't know if they've amended it at all, but again, it's based on whatever the laws are. So like, if you have drugs and guns, then legal or not, like that shit is, you know, you still getting a gun charge and then they can write it up to say like, you know, you had it stashed away. So even if it's legal, if you don't have like the proper, you know, safeguards and shit like that in place to for protection purposes, or if you don't have the proper permits, like if you have it concealed, like if you have it on your person or some shit like that, that's considered concealed. And if you don't have a concealed weapon charge, that's a misdemeanor. So it just depends. Like, that's here. I don't know what other states are, obviously, but, so it just depends. But, you know, niggas be having straps.
I think it's crazy, but I'm always, you know, again, I'm not a person that uses those type of drugs. Like, I'm not a Xanax, codeine, coke. I don't do that. So it's kind of like when I hear about these rappers with all this money or with enough money, no matter where you are in your career, you probably have a little bit more money than the average person, with all of these drugs. And I'm trying to figure out, like, are you just a product of the industry, or do niggas really need all this shit to be creative? Like, it's on Xanax and codeine and,
I mean, drugs and music go hand in hand. So it's like, you know, people have been doing dope and creating music since the beginning of time. You know what I'm saying? So it's all, you know, it's all like, you know, gateways to each other, I suppose. I mean, cause motherfuckers gonna have straps, like niggas gonna have guns, and then in order to be creative, motherfuckers is gonna have drugs, and you might just happen to have them at the same time 9 times out of 10.
Listen, you should get to a point where you got most of the time these rappers and shit, y'all got niggas that roll with y'all and shit like that. Like, you need to designate a person to do this shit. Like, a person that understands what's going on and they willing to take that L.
That's a fact.
Like, you don't need to be doing that shit yourself. Like, I'm not an advocate of, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not an advocate of all that prescription shit, but do what you do if it's not interrupting your life. But goddamn, like, it shouldn't be like, you a rapper, you got a damn famous girlfriend. He deals with Iggy Azalea. You know what I'm saying? So y'all should have a little bit of coins between y'all. Get somebody else to do that shit, man. Like, hire somebody for that shit that's willing to take the L. That's why you hire security. That's why you hire that's why you hire people to insulate you and to make sure that you're untouchable. I thought it was quite crazy though with PlayBoi Carti. Like, he's only 23. Iggy Azalea is 29. Do you think that's a big disparity? Like, at that point in time?
Not really. I mean, 6-year difference, that ain't that bad.
You know what? To me, I think because she's 29, that means she's like 32, and that means he's like 19. Like, mentally. Like, that's where it seems like it makes like a disparity, but that's just giving like general woman's math. But I thought they were interesting together. I don't even know if they still together. Or not. But listen, if you trying to raise PlayBoi Carti, then, you know, these are little niggas. Like, these niggas are like at the upper echelon of like popularity of the little niggas. Like, if that makes sense.
I wouldn't. I only know one song by PlayBoi Carti. Like, I wouldn't even. NBA Youngboy is the most popular little nigga there is. Like, he's the most. He's the highest viewed YouTube nigga ever. Like, rap nigga or some shit like that. Like, more than that of Drake. Like, his numbers are fucking off the charts. Like, he's crazy. Like, he's a super fucking star in terms of like the digital age and these little kids and shit. Like, I seen, it was some interview. I think it was Leah Cohen or some shit who works for YouTube. It was somebody like of, you know, executive status, and they were saying that NBA Youngboy is like the hottest commodity, like in terms of like views and downloads and streams and shit like that. Like, he's by far like, he surpasses every fucking body, which was news to fucking me, but little motherfucker. I mean,
I've heard that. I've definitely heard that, but to be completely honest, I couldn't recite NBA Youngboy song.
You got that one shit that's on the radio now though. I feel like Gucci Man in 2006. That shit hard.
I don't know that song. I've never heard that
shit
song.
Hard. It's on the radio.
But again, I haven't been out, and like, this is my 3rd week and not going nowhere. So I don't know what's going on in the world anymore.
I feel like Gucci Man in 2006. On my wrist. That shit hard. That shit jamming. He got another one. He got a couple joints I like.
But I feel like PlayBoi Carti is a name. Like, I feel like PlayBoi Carti, motherfuckers know who PlayBoi Carti is. Like,
I mean, he had one real song like that Magnolia Chop shit.
But here's the thing: in this age, your music and that's what I'm saying. Your music and your popularity are two separate things. Mm. There are people that I know are artists, but I only know them for their shenanigans on social media. I promise you, I couldn't tell you one thing they did, one piece of art they created, but I can tell you all the bullshit they been in. Like, I feel like popularity and art is so, like, it's not synonymous anymore. Like, back in the day before social media, you know what I'm saying? Like, when people had fucking mystique to them, like, for you to know Michael Jackson, you gotta know Michael Jackson music. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And then the shenanigans came later, but you knew Michael Jackson for his music. It's people that I know for their shenanigans, and I haven't heard not one thing that they've done. But I can tell you who the fuck baby daddy they was fighting with because it was on the Shade Room. And that's where they live. They live on the Shade Room. But anyway, man, PlayBoi Carti being arrested. Hopefully young man get out of this is litter shit.
Oh shit.
It's shit. I just want everybody to understand, like, once you get the shit that you prayed for, just you try to make the best decisions, you know? B, I know you saw this. That sound refreshing as fuck.
That's good.
So Delroy Lindo.
No idea who that is.
Right. I knew you were going to say that. So Delroy Lindo, he is like one of those black actors that's in a lot of things.
I know,
but you don't know the name.
That's actually fake.
What's fake?
That thing, that skit, it's not real. It's a movie. Like, they're doing some Netflix shit.
Word!
Yeah, man.
That was a skit?
My cousin sent me that. Yeah, that shit's not real.
Bravo, Netflix.
Yeah, it's some shit.
Oh.
Hold on, let me see if I can tell you exactly what
So what I was about to mention is Delroy Lindo on Fox News.
Made me feel good.
So I researched this and it told me it was real. So tell me what you found. Let me tell them what I was about to report while you look up what you're saying it is.
It's called Join the Fight, The Good Fight.
So I was about to report that Delroy Lindo was on Fox News. I looked this shit up. This shit said exactly what I'm reporting to y'all. That he was on Fox News and a reporter asked him why can't, basically, now that I think about it, is basically what Joe Exotic said, like, why can't rappers be in their videos and say the N-word and we can't say the N-word? And Delroy Lindo goes, if you want to say it, go ahead and say it. And it becomes like this tense moment. And he's like, I can't say that. He's like, you want to say it so bad, so go ahead and say it. But now B is telling me what? What are you telling us?
I mean, that he's on a show called Join the Fight. It's called The Good Fight, which is the show.
And that is what, a skit? Is
I guess it's from
part
a scene
of the
from
show?
there. Or? I guess it's a scene from there. Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean, that's what my cousin sent me. Cause I sent it to her and she was like, that shit ain't real. Look at this. And I was like, oh, so it's just Join the Good Fight. Excuse me. The Good Fight is the name of the show
or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know. Okay, it says, I think you might be right because now I see where it says something about 2018. But this just resurfaced, the gut fight, like you said.
Yeah.
But this is on the Griot. That's very interesting. But still, my question still remains whether it is real or fake. I feel like this is still a real thing. I feel like there are over 1 million words in the English language. But white people want to say that so bad.
Right.
Like, why do you think that is? Like, is it a power thing? Or is it just a privilege thing? Or is it just like it's not fair thing? Like,
I think it's all of them. I mean, they just, you know, there's some shit that they invented and they know that it hurts people, but at the same time, like, I mean, at the same, you know, historically they've been saying it and they always say it, but, you know, I guess they just want to say it on a, you know, mass level, I guess, you know what I mean? So I think it's a combination of all that shit.
Yeah. It's like they always want to say shit. Like they always want to bring shit up. Like, why can't we say it? Why can't we say it? You invented it. And whether this clip was real or fake, I love the response. Like, nigga, you want to say it? Say it. Say it anyway. Go ahead and say it. Say it in front of these people. Because the thing about it is, we know you say it. You just want to be PC in front of people. But as soon as the fucking doors close or you in your home, you saying it. There was, stop me if you heard this one before. I was watching something and it was a comedian and the comedian was talking about, I think it was Josh Mulaney, but the comedian was saying like, he was on something. They were talking about like midgets, right? And he said that, the producer called him in and said, you can't say midgets on TV or whatever. And he was just like, why can't I say midgets? And he said that because it's the equivalent to the N-word. And he said that, well, I don't think it's the equivalent to the N-word, and let me tell you why. Because we're saying the word midget, but we're not even saying what the N-word is.
Right.
So that's how I know that it's a bad word, pretty much, right? So that was like that shit, but I'm just like, y'all want to say it so fucking bad. Say it, but you just got to deal with the consequences that come with saying it.
Oh, yeah.
That's it. That's it.
You can say whatever you want.
You can do and say whatever you want.
Freedom
it's a free
speech.
country. You got to deal with the backlash or you got to deal with whatever comes with that. Right. So this Delroy Lindo, N-word, either real or skit, which is looking like a skit at this moment in time. Is that lit or shit?
That's great. First, that this is great because the nigga named Delroy.
That nigga name is a Delroy.
You a cold nigga.
I feel like that should be on Good Times and nigga on
You
Good
a cold nigga named Delroy. Like your parents was like, yo, we gonna name this nigga Delroy. Delroy is wild.
Hey, Delroy is a wild name.
Roy is wild. Roy is a wild name. But Delroy, that is like a real talk, that's a white man's name. Like you supposed to be a white man from like Alabama.
Roy?
Like, you supposed to say niggas for real. Like you supposed to have, the nigga who invented Delroy is a white man.
You feel like Delroy is a white name?
Yeah. Delroy, string him up.
I don't know. I think cause there's a lot of Roys in my family. I think of the name Roy is a black name.
Not really. I know Mad Roy's is a white name. Like Roy's is a white name. I do know like one of my best friends' names is Roy. Shout out to Roy. But yeah, hell no. Fucking that's a white name. Roy. That's a white Southern name.
I think of it as a black name. That's why I say Good Times. Like I think of it as a black name. But shout out to Delroy. And then Lindo go with Delroy, I feel like.
It does. It rolls. It's a smooth name.
Yeah, it rolls. It rolls off the tongue. Last but not least, before we close out, little shit. Jeezy and Jeannie Mai is engaged.
Jeezy Mai.
Jeezy Mai. And, through the quarantine, we've been seeing Jeezy with homegirl mom and they've been kicking it and all that. And the snowman is, now, he's settling down and he's with Jeannie Mai. It's crazy because since this information has come out, everybody has been, or a lot of people have been talking about the fact that, now Jeezy is the entree because she made that when she was married, to her ex-husband. She was talking about how she prefer white men and she's had black men, but she like her dark meat on the side. And now that her and her husband, has went their separate ways and now she chose Jeezy. Like, if that were you, would you be able to, do you think people can change? I guess is the question.
Yeah. I mean, I would assume Jeezy's a pretty good, character, analysis, analyzer.
Character analyzer.
Yeah, that was a wild.
That is wild.
Descriptive ass name for somebody that can.
And that sounds like you make a lot of money.
Right.
Character analyzer.
Probably not. But yeah, so I feel like, I mean, he been out here. He know what the fuck is real and what ain't. And, I mean, if he like it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Like, people can change, you know what I'm saying? If I'm pretty sure.
Did you do
like,
it though?
I don't know.
Once you know something about somebody, can you change that?
Depends. I mean, I don't know if you could change a person, but a person is willing to change. Like, I don't think you can change nobody, but a person is willing to change. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I think for me, like, I would like to hope that I could get over that, but I think race is just such a big thing for me.
Oh, huge thing for me, but I mean, like I said, people can change. Like,
but I don't think for me, I don't know. So you never know until you're in the situation. So let that be clear. However, based on what I know right now today, like, I feel like once I know what you think, I probably wouldn't even be open to knowing you in that particular way to eventually end up engaged with you, to be completely honest.
Hey, their relationship is something, I know
that's with them. I'm just talking about with you. Do you think that you will be able to, based on what you know about you, I'm talking about based on what I know about me, based on what you know about you, do you think you could get over that piece?
I mean,
saying you aside.
Not up front, you know what I'm saying? But like, motherfucker wear you down. Like, you spend enough time with somebody, you realize like, oh shit, we actually do got a lot in common. Or we don't, you know what I'm saying? So
yeah,
that very well, he could have been the change that she needed, you know what I'm saying? To see her vision, you know what I'm saying? Like, so, for me, I don't know. I wouldn't be, I mean, I'd say I'd be closed off to it, but if a motherfucker is, attraction is attraction, right? So like, if you're attracted to a motherfucker and it brings you close, and then you iron out the details and you let a motherfucker know, like, boom, this is X, Y, and Z. This is why your thought process is wrong. And they say they apologize for it, you know what I'm saying? And they see the error in their ways and shit. Yeah, let's roll. You know what I'm saying? But, I'm obviously big on racism and shit. But at the same time, like, I'm also not a person that is steeped in hate. So like, if a motherfucker can atone for their actions, then I'm with it. You know what I'm saying?
I think that is very interesting to understand if a person like you or if a person like that in general, that lifestyle, that race, that whatever. Cause a motherfucker, you hear of even Tia Mowry, whichever one married to the white dude. Like, a motherfucker could just like you. Like, a motherfucker might not like black people, but they like B. Mm-hmm. And that's like the equivalent of saying I have a black friend. Like, I like this one black person, but I don't like them motherfuckers in general. So I can lay with you, I can fuck you, I can kiss you every night, but not like black people. And I'm not saying that is the case or the majority of the cases. I'm just saying that's a possible scenario. So like, for me, like, motherfucker, like, I'm a likable person. Why wouldn't you like me? That's how I feel about me. So, but that don't mean just cause you like me, you like everybody else that represents like me.
I mean, that's the thing. So what I said was that they atone for basically saying, their blanket statements and realize the error in their ways. Now, like, if you just saying like, I don't like niggas still, but I like you. Nah, that's not going to do it for me. Like, cause
what I'm saying is not like they're actually saying it. I'm just saying could think that
even not
it
even
could be
saying
implied.
it, their actions, like if their actions are identifiable to the point where like you still don't fuck with niggas, like you're not finna be calling niggas and shit around me and all that. Like you're not finna do, like you're not gonna be disrespectful to the people because you may not like me. You may like me, but you may not like my mama for the fact that she's black. So like, nah, I can't get with that. But like, if you were like, yo, my bad, like black people are amazing or white people are amazing or whatever, like, like you can atone for your mistakes, then I'm with that, but it has to be. So you
basically like actions, as long as your actions.
Yeah, I mean, if you know what I'm saying? Like if you ain't on no fuck shit, yeah.
Got you.
For sure.
That's what's up. Jeezy and Jenny Mai engaged is little shit.
Yeah, I fuck with it.
I think it's lit. Yeah, I think it's lit. I mean, I think it's for Jeezy and for Jeannie Mai. Like, she hasn't been divorced for very long, so that's another kind of red flag for me personally. But people gotta do shit on their own time. I know motherfuckers that's on their 4th and 5th marriage. Not black people, but I do know people who are on like their 4th and 5th marriage. So, you know, different strokes for different folks, man. You ready to give out some advice?
Yeah, let's get it.
Let's get it. Let's get into Ain't Shit in 2 Cents. Ain't Shit in 2 Cents is our listener letter segment where we give advice to listeners who clearly don't care about taking advice from people who are clearly inebriated. So we have a follow-up today. Shout out to that. Our follow-up today is from Sierra T, and Sierra T is from the episode 107. Where she talked about her boyfriend quarantining with his ex-wife. And she wanted them to quarantine together. And she hit us back and she said, hey, Fresh and B, my boyfriend and I got into a big argument. He said his kids came first and that I should understand. As y'all know, I was not down for him staying with his ex-wife. So we essentially broke up. After a week, he hit me and apologized. And he said he really missed me and he was going to make sure that this worked.
He couldn't get no pussy
his wife box was trash.
Mm-hmm. He was like, damn, this pussy won't be good as I remember it. Hey, I'm sorry, baby.
Like, yeah, you were a little bit tighter. Your walls was a little bit more intact. Yeah. So he convinced his ex to switch every 2 weeks if he agreed not to have any new people around his kids with outside exposure outside of myself. She said, we are back together and his kids are getting on my goddamn nerves, but I wouldn't have it any other way. Thanks for reading my letter, providing advice and keeping a sister laughing. And this is from Sierra T.
Appreciate you, Sierra. Thanks for following up. We appreciate
you following up. We like to hear what happened. And I don't even know if this really she took our advice or she didn't, but I don't even remember what our advice was.
Yeah, me either.
On that, but thanks for following up. So our letter today is from Keita. I don't have a last name. And I love this letter. B, I think you are going to love this listener letter. The email read as such. It said, y'all, I'm so motherfucking bored. This pandemic is killing a bitch slowly. No Rona. I am really, really bored. I've eaten everything, watched everything, and cleaned everything. I've even started playing video games with my nigga. I've actually gotten quite good. We were playing the game, and to sweeten the deal, we made a bet. He said if I won, I had to suck him off while playing 2K with nothing in return. I told him if I won, not only did he have to eat the box, but he also had to eat ass. I actually won. And when it's time to pay up, he did his routine moves with the box. I rated a 7. That was funny to me.
This nigga said rated a 7. And it's funny because they playing a game, so like, you know, you create a player and like you can put like their stats at a certain level. Right. So his eat box status was 7.
When you get to pick them, like, do you want a 7 eat box?
Yeah,
do you want
like
a 10 eat box?
Yeah, you could have like 10 eat box.
But the nigga who eat
like
box
7
with a
dick.
10 is 5'2". Like, you gotta decide what qualities you want in your player. Hey, that's funny. She said she rated a 7, but he refused to eat my ass.
Oh,
After I made sure all parts were pristine. I said, hey, homeboy, you missing a part. He said, nah, I don't eat ass. So I'm like, what the fuck? Grow up. It's 2020. What grown man don't eat ass? And this led into a whole argument. I knew he had never done it in the past. However, I didn't know he just wasn't down to do it totally. We low-key made up and we're cool. And he's saying he's not bothered. I'm not bothered. But actually, I am a little bit bothered. I don't think I could be with a man that's not willing to step out of his sexual boundaries. Do y'all think that my man should eat ass? Do you think that I shouldn't pressure him? How can I convince him to do it?
This episode of Lip Service. What the fuck?
Right.
Yeah, man. I mean,
Angela B, go.
I mean, if it's a deal breaker for you for him not to like eat your butt, then get on out of there. But I mean, and if he at least got to eat like pussy good, like he at least got to be like an 8. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, because 7 is just making it.
Yeah, if he can increase his stats, then I say let it ride. But if he's like a 7, like a good C, you know what I mean?
A good C, a good passing.
Yeah, if he's just average fella, you know what I mean? He gotta do something, you know what I'm saying? A little special to spruce it up. And just like throw the butt in it, like when he down there, just like scooch up a little bit, you know what I'm saying? Like rape his tongue.
Scooch up.
Do it against his will, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's it. That's all I got for you.
Hey, sis, scooch up. Hey, that's super funny to me. Listen. You know what you want, what you don't want. You know if that 7 good enough to keep you there.
Mm-hmm.
You know if that 7 with no ass eating is good enough for you to start a family and merge bank accounts and get a mortgage. You know that. And you also know if that shit ain't good enough. Like, I feel like everybody has their boundaries of what they will do and what they won't do. Right? You have some people that are more adventurous than others that may try something, but that still don't mean they're going to like it just because they're willing to try it. I don't know. You didn't divulge in this letter how long y'all been together for you to not know he eat ass. But I feel like eating ass is probably something he would have did in the beginning if he did it. So you should know. You should know, like, while you was shiny and new and fresh, like, he would have ate your ass by now, sis.
The biggest thing about this is that he agreed to something and he didn't, like, follow through. So that's a red flag for me. Like, damn, nigga, you bet. Like, you have to honor your bet.
Yeah,
like,
B. That is an awesome point.
Yeah, like, that's the biggest thing. And it's like, damn, awesome nigga, point. Like, nah, you agreed to the bet. Like, these are the terms of the fucking bet. Like,
you gotta do it anyway.
I don't like niggas that don't pay. Like, you got to pay. Like, you got to pay what you owe.
You singing to my choir right now.
Nah, if you should have negotiated, like, nah, I'll eat your pussy. I don't eat ass. Like, you should have let that shit know from the door. What he thought was he was just arrogant and be like, I'm gonna beat this bitch ass. She can't play 2K. And then she smoked your ass and then you had to eat butt. It's like, so you should have negotiated terms better. Otherwise, you're not an honorable fellow.
B just dropped the mic. Mm-hmm. Like, for real, cause that is an awesome component that I didn't even think about. I think I was so busy laughing and being tickled like a fucking 12-year-old.
In your butt.
But you're absolutely right because listen, it don't matter how much money I got. It don't matter how much whatever I got. If a bet is a bet, I don't care how much you got. Like, if you say you're going to bet me, I want whatever it is.
Speed that.
Like, I want whatever it is. Like, nah, you don't get to fucking move the goalposts on the bet or, fucking omit something from the fucking bet. I would be on this shit. So we move beyond this nigga not being grown and eating ass. We talking about this nigga integrity. So, be the fucked up y'all whole relationship.
Yeah, might be something to think about. Just take a gander at it. Let me know what you see.
Very, very true. Like, I feel like I done took the left with B that actually ended up being the right. Like, that's what it's about. This nigga need to pay up. Whether he like it or not. Whether that's his last time he do it or not. Like, you made this bet and you need to cash in. Anything else you want to get, Akita?
Nah, I'm good.
Akita, be like Sierra and hit us back.
For
so
sure.
We know what the fuck is going on.
Keita need an ass eater. Huh.
That's your man?
Huh.
That's your man?
My name is Keita and I like an ass eater. Huh. We was playing 2K and you lost. We was playing the 2K and you lost. Now you gotta Take my butthole and floss.
Fit. Dr. Hill mixtape dropping soon.
I fucking hate her.
600 degrees. Don't hate Meg. You're a fucking hater. Don't fucking hate Meg. Don't fucking hate Meg. Don't fucking hate Meg. But if y'all want some advice from us, write into the ancientshow@gmail.com. That's the X word I would be, and your letter may get read on the show.
Yeah.
B, you ready to get into some free smoke? Free smoke?
Yeah, let's get it.
All right. Free smoke is where we talk about any hot button personal topics. It could be anything from politics to petty. And today's topic is the IG Live versus battles that have been brought to you by Swizz Beatz and Timbaland.
And Joe Budden. Joe Budden was very instrumental in that too. Niggas ain't giving my boy his credit. But
what did Joe Budden do? Cause I don't even know about whatever Joe Budden did. What
Joe Budden was, he was the one, he had talked about Timbaland and, Tim and right before all the pandemic shit like struck, but he was saying on his podcast about Tim and, Swizz need to battle and shit. And then, so he was like, I'm gonna call Swizz. And he called Swizz on the show, but, Swizz didn't answer, but he ended up calling him later. And then he also was, instrumental in Jonte and Neo. And he also called the Tighe, and I think he helped with the T-Pain and Lil Jon shit too.
So wait, is he in the shit? Like, is he a part of it? Like, Timbo and,
he just giving suggestions out and shit, and then.
Okay. I was like, cause it sounds like he need to be getting this cut, even though I don't think nobody making no money from this now, but you never know where that shit can go in the future.
Swizz Beatz was actually on Joe's, live earlier today and was talking about it. Cause Teddy Riley was on Charlamagne's live yesterday, and cause he was supposed to battle Babyface on Sunday, and didn't, and now he's trying to, basically monetize it and bring his company in, so that it doesn't. So, cause live, it stops after an hour, so you gotta restart and then get everybody back set up. So his company apparently has some software or, some technology that allows it to, stream continuously without interruption and shit.
Through live though?
Yeah, through live.
Okay. Cause I think the fact that it's on IG Live makes a difference, because I feel like as many people didn't go to the Blackstreet Teddy Riley shit because it was on his own platform.
No, it was supposed to be on Instagram Live. They never happened. That's why I didn't.
No, I'm talking about I know you're talking about the IG Babyface shit.
Oh yeah.
I mean, the Babyface Teddy Riley shit, but I'm talking about the shit prior to that where he announced that was him and Blackstreet, but it was on TeddyRileyLive.com or something.
Yeah, nobody doing that shit, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The platform is needed.
Yeah. But so he was trying to basically do that, and Swizz was on Joe shit nah, I'm cool. We're not doing that shit. He was like, we doing it. He was like, nobody loses. He was like, you're all it's legend versus legend. So lose, you may lose,
but you don't lose
by public opinion, but you don't lose because you have, hundreds of thousands of people looking at you and remembering your music, and your streams will probably go up. People gonna remember, and then you get notoriety. So damn, I didn't know he did that. Damn, the Jonte Austin and Neo shit was excellent because nobody knew anything about Jonte Austin's pen, you know what I'm saying, his legacy or whatever.
You gotta know about music to know about Jonte Austin.
For sure.
And I know, not saying I know about music, I feel like I know enough. But I do know about Jonte Austin, and Jonte Austin is incredible.
Clearly. Based on the shit he wrote.
So on the versus battles, it was brought to you by, Timbaland and Swizz Beatz, and with input from Joe Budden. And it's basically on Instagram Live where they announce it at a certain time, and two legends go up against each other to give background information to those listeners who may not know what the fuck we're talking about. So, they battle and they play 20 songs. And the thing that I love about the battles, and I've probably seen at least 75 or 80% of the battles, the thing I love about the battles is no matter who the fuck you think you are or who the fuck you think you was, everybody doing the same shit. Nobody got shit to do. Everybody is in this same chat room, watching this same shit. So you got niggas who fucking income brackets is vast from each other.
It's just appointment TV. You know what I mean? It's just like TJIF. You know what I'm saying? When when Family Matters came on and shit the Cosby shit, Friday 8:30. Word, for sure. Friday at 5:30. or at 8:30, you knew you was gonna be in front of the TV watching Steve Urkel get busy. You know what I mean?
Facts.
Or even Star Search, or you know what I'm saying? Like motherfuckers used to like show up for shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, and this is just that. Like niggas know it's coming.
This
on
before
at 9.
DVR. This before everything. Like
for sure.
where you had to be in the house to watch that shit.
Yeah.
Like I remember going back to school talking about Martin. Like, yo, you see what happened on Martin last night?
Mm-hmm.
Like, bruh, like. I think it's so crazy. Like, my niece wouldn't know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Right.
Like, she 14, like, what? Like, so I can't just DVR it? Like, I just can't go on YouTube and watch it? So I gotta be in the house at a certain point in time just to watch this?
Yep.
And even me right now, I can't even imagine that. Like, that's the reason I got into it with my cable company earlier, because I required my DVR and they was trying to get me on some bullshit. But yeah, so it's just like, we've evolved so much. But with this, I just thought it was so dope because it's like even like, I think it was, T-Pain and Lil Jon shit got up to like 260, even though Tory Lane shit then got up to 350. But 260 is a lot.
That shit was lit.
That shit was lit as fuck.
That shit was lit. That shit was great. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
So let's talk about just a couple of the battles real quick and talk about what is being published as the winner and who do you think actually won. So when we talk about the inaugural versus battle, we're talking about Swizz and Timbaland. Now, the streets, comments, articles is saying Timbaland won that battle. What was your thoughts on that?
Timbo won.
Yeah.
Yeah, Timbo. I don't think anybody can. Pharrell probably could compete with him, but Timbaland got so much shit. He ain't even played like half the shit he got. Obviously, because he only played 20 songs, but nah, Timbo won that one by far because he got so much range.
And it's so crazy because they were talking about like these niggas like produce albums and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they produce records. Like you got beat makers and then you got producers, and these niggas make beats and produce the shit. You know what I'm saying? Like they play shit like 1 in a Million.
Hardest beat ever.
What? They play Sexy Back. But then like Swizz played like that shit like Rough Riders out. Like
yeah. Swizz got that shit.
Drop. But Swizz shit still got a feel. And one of the things that I've noticed is a thing for me and who I thought when, like, some people have like a certain lane that they kind of stay in and they've had 1 million hits in that fucking lane.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think of as kind of like a Swizz. But then you have like a nigga like Timbaland who has done a rack of shit in a bunch of different lanes.
Right.
So
but
that's kind of what edge a nigga, that's what edge a nigga out. So when they said Timbaland won, I'm like, yeah, Timbaland kind of won that one.
Yeah, he definitely smoked, bro.
Hey, that was crazy. Okay, let's go with The Dream and Sean Garrett. I know that me and you have different opinions of these two men. I just want to say that I feel like Sean Garrett is amazing.
He could have won.
Going with The Dream.
He could have won if he won't high as hell and like doing all that weirdo shit. He would have won. Like his music, like the music that he played. Because I didn't see the second half of it, but I read what he played, and I was like, shit. Like he played more hits, like doper songs. He lost niggas with the performance and shit. You know what I'm saying? To me.
Because he was fucking coked up.
He was coked up. He was drunk. He was licking his lips. He was talking shit. It was just weird. Like, he was just weird. Like, so it took away from like the music that he was producing. And even still, when he was giving that shit off, like, damn, I ain't know the nigga did that. I ain't know the nigga did that. You know what I'm saying? Like his catalog, I think is a little bit more extensive and a little bit more, fire shit, for the lack of a better term, than Dream shit. Dream got some bops clearly. But I think he could have won had he not been a weirdo. Like if he'd have just played to the crowd and been a cool nigga, like he could have got off.
Yeah. He was too busy off that shit, but, you know, they played some shit like, you know, like Dream wrote that baby shit by Justin Bieber. He played like Umbrella.
Niggas ain't want to hear that though.
Yeah.
Not in the battle. Like, I mean, I appreciate that you wrote that and shit, but like, it's still about sequencing and shit too. You know what I'm saying?
That's the thing, sequencing, B. Like, that's the thing. That's been the main component. Like, it's about how you sequence it. And I feel like in some of these battles, some niggas was ready. And some niggas was just like, I'm gonna just go off the vibe of what the first person played. So like that became an issue. I did not know that Sean Garrett did Grills. Grills is one of my, listen.
That shit fire.
Grills is one of the hardest beats to me. I have this ongoing thing. Yeah. So that was another thing. That was another thing that came into place where, with like Scott Storch, like, you putting shit that you was a part of, but you didn't necessarily produce or write or whatever the full category is. But Girls is a hard ass fucking song. Like, Girls is a hard ass fucking song. I don't give a fuck what nobody say. That beat, dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun-dun. Hey, that shit go hard as fuck. And they play like that Fergie London Bridge and some other shit that Sean Garrett wrote. Buttons by Pussycat Dolls. I didn't even know that, Sean Garrett was a part of that. And both of them had Beyonce songs to go up against each other with. But the streets is actually saying
that nigga wrote me my, that's Beyonce, like, hardest song, top, like one of her top 3 songs ever to me. I love
top 3?
I fucking love that song.
That's
like,
an honor.
I love
top
that
3 Beyonce songs. That's like saying top 3 Hove songs.
I love that song.
Hey,
and her rendition of "Dangerously in Love," love that shit. Like,
"Dangerously in Love" is one of my favorite, most problematic songs ever.
That shit, she killed that shit, bro. That's what she sang so goddamn good on that shit. I love that song.
Yeah, that.
But me, myself, and that shit too. That shit is a bop.
Bro, I don't even really know what my top 5 Beyonce songs are.
That's in there.
I couldn't even tell you because I was listening to Self-Titled the other day and that shit with her and Drake is so fire.
Oh, how that shit go?
Oh, damn. My mind just went totally fucking blank.
I know how that shit, I'm seeing the video. How that shit go?
You could just, this is by my side, girl.
Drake wrote that too. Drake pen is mean too.
Yes, I agree. For somebody who you said don't like Drake. Yeah, I totally agree.
Mine. Ain't it mine? Is that it?
Yes, I just want to say,
you're mine. That shit
fuck
is
what
crack.
you heard, you're mine, we're mine.
Yep, let me add that. That's that shit.
Don't go ghost on me. Hey, I
just want to say that shit fire. That
shit is fire. Self-titled album is dope. You're mine.
When I first heard this, I remember where I was when I heard this song. That's crazy.
As long as you know who you belong to. Hey, I feel like turning up. That shit is crazy. Where were we? I got engulfed in Beyonce and that's not even what the topic, was about. We were talking about, Sean Garrett actually, the streets are saying that Sean Garrett won that round.
I mean, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at that at all. It's just, like I said, the antics got away from, like, I clicked off. Once the live at that particular went, like, when it went off, I got off of it and I was like, fuck this nigga. He was getting on my nerves, but apparently he, got that phone call from Big Homie and in some capacity and that's when he switched all his shit up. You know what I'm saying?
Who was Big Homie? I don't know about this conspiracy theory.
You gotta be in the know.
Well, that's why we have you. One of us should be in the know, so you be in the know.
He was talking shit to Dream, talking like he be sucking whole dick and shit and all them niggas that you be with, like, all them niggas, and he just, like, it was wild, you know what I'm saying? And then, like, when they came back from the live, he was like, or he got a phone call or some shit, you could tell, and then Nigga came back like, nah. Hove gave me my, he nicknamed me the pen and X, Y, and Z. I love Hove, shit like that. So like he was copping pleas and shit. So yeah, somebody called that nigga and like, yo, nigga, slap the fucking shit out of you. Fuck you talking to? And he was
so
like,
that's very interesting. That's very interesting because I feel like, so I rooted for both of all their songs were fucking dope. I'm a Dream fan, but they're saying that Sean won that. But what about the Manny Fresh Scott Storch?
Well, Manny got smoked. Like he got smoked in terms of like big records. Like it was just big records. But I won't out to his credit. Manny did some those skits and shit. That shit was
that's what I wanted you to talk about. Like, yo, them skits that shit was had me weird. Crazy.
I'm like, bro, what the fuck? Like, and it was mad long and shit. Like, Scott Storch fucked off all his money. Like, bro, what the fuck? Like, my nigga, like, stop being lame. Like, you being lame.
That's what the fuck. That's what killed. That's one of the things that killed Manny. That's one of the things that killed Manny, bro.
I love the comments too. The comments be crazy. Like, the comments on the fucking
shout out to the comments.
It should be good.
Social media getting me through the quarantine.
Swizz Beats was like, yo, nigga. Like, he was like, nigga, just play music, king. Like, just music only, king. All these skits. Fuck all that shit. Like, it was just weird. But yeah,
no, like that shit was weird.
He didn't play some of his killers. Like he didn't play fucking.
He played like some unknown shit.
He didn't play Number One Stunner. He didn't play fucking
Number One Stunner.
Couple juvie joints and shit. Like he didn't play. Like it was some shit that he left off the table. You know what I'm saying?
Sequencing is key for anybody who's going to be in a battle that listens to this fucking podcast. Like. Sequencing is key. Like, I feel like you just gotta have an arsenal that you can pick from. Like, you gotta have an arsenal of all hits you can pick from. So yes, you can feed off your opponent, but you still got a fucking hit.
That nigga was I don't know. He had some misfires and then the weirdo shit he was doing. You know what I'm saying? But like, I mean, that took me back because I'm a super Cash Money nigga. Like I Cash Money nigga since I was 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? That shit raised me. So that shit was beautiful. Like he ain't play Cash Money as an army. He ain't play BG. He ain't play BG fucking Cash Money as an army. You know what I'm saying? Like he kind of shit the bed a little bit. You know what I mean? But even still though, like those are, I ain't gonna say they're reasonable because 500 Degrees went fucking 5 times platinum. You know what I'm saying? So like 400 Degrees went 5 times platinum and shit. So it was clearly, a large fucking audience to that. So, but,
listen, I heard Bling Bling and I remember when Bling Bling was so fucking big. Like Bling Bling was so big that like, Macy's and shit. That was like their winter theme and shit. Like Bling Bling. Like Bling Bling was everywhere, right? Like I forget how big Bling Bling was to the culture. Like
Dwayne Carter is one of the greatest people of all time. Like he made Drop It Like It's Hot and fucking Bling Bling. If he ain't did nothing else, y'all niggas will fucking just understand that. If nothing else.
Bling Bling was so fucking big, and then Scott Storch played I Make It Rain.
Yeah.
I'll Make It Rain. That was a big song for the culture too. I don't think it was a commercially, like as far as when I say commercially, I'm talking about the white people being on, they turned to ad campaigns and all that shit. I don't think
white people love that shit though. White people love that shit. Like, because
is that where they found out about Making It Rain? Because now all white people know about Making It Rain. I was like, those were 2 big fucking songs for the culture.
Think about Scott's music. For me personally, like none of that shit that he played, I'm listening to. Right? Like, it's not like, if it come on, I'll probably listen to it. But all that shit, Manny, a good 85% of the shit Manny played, I got on my phone right now and I listen to it pretty regularly if it come on. You know what I'm saying? Like I listen to 400 Degrees all the time.
I feel like I would probably be the total opposite of that. Because and no shade, like it's no shade. I'm just saying what I would organically be listening to, right? I didn't understand how many songs that Scott Storch was actually on, and all of those chords we heard during that period in the 2000s. That was Scott Storch. Like, but there was controversy around Scott Storch and shit. Like, they just like, oh, so basically y'all jumped Manny, because some of the shit that he was on was produced by Timbaland, Pharrell, and some other motherfuckers. He was just playing the chords on them. He was just playing the piano on it. So I'm like, yeah,
he definitely fought. He definitely went up against the Avengers for sure.
That is very true. Like but I'm just like, I didn't realize.
Birdman, I mean, he could have played fucking not Know Your Clap, fucking
Like that Know Your Clap.
Nah, that's not his beat. He could have played What Happened to That Boy. Him and Pharrell co-produced that shit, but that's Pharrell beat. But he still, you know what I'm saying? Like he could have played that if it was like that, you know what I'm saying? But he didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it was. I was like, damn, I didn't know that shit till after the fact. Cause why? Cause that's one of the beat battles that I kind of watched in real time. And I was just like, damn, I ain't know Scott Storch did this one and that one and that one and that one. And then the next day I'm seeing all this shit out about like, Scott Storch didn't do that. Scott Storch didn't do that. Like he just played the piano on that shit. And then I was just like, I didn't realize how much I love the piano. Like, like when Scott Storch was playing them shits, I was like, I make it rain. Like, I feel like I make it rain legitimize niggas having to throw a bunch of money in the club, in the strip club. Like,
still, Dre is not better than fucking Back That Ass Up though. And there's no reason for you to fucking contemplate and think about that.
You don't tell me what the fuck.
Still, Dre is not getting the party going.
No, you're right.
Right.
You're right.
You're right. Back that ass up. Well, Juvenile, he'll be.
But I feel like the thing about it is like Manny, just like the joint we talked about before with Swizz and Timbaland. Manny has a particular lane. He makes regional music, whereas Scott Storch, his signature is so all over the place that he just has more hits. I don't want to say bigger hits. I just want to say more hits.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I agree. He got mollywop for sure, but again, he just went up against Avengers, and he was just a lone wolf.
I feel like personally, Manny Fresh should have went up against like a Jazzy Faye.
Well, he would smoke Jazzy Faye.
Yeah, he would have smoked Jazzy Faye, but I feel like Jazzy Faye has more of a certain sound, just like Manny Fresh has a certain sound, which the sounds are great. It's just a really distinguished sound. I thought that would have been dope. T-Pain, Little John. What do you think about that joint?
I loved every minute of it. Lil Jon got him the fuck out of there, but Lil Jon got him out of there, but T-Pain is one of my favorite artists of all time. So I was loving it. That shit was just great.
You think he got him up out of there or he just won?
He got him up out of there.
I feel like he won. I don't feel like he got him up out of there.
That nigga played. He got him up out of there. That nigga played fucking, like, he played the fucking Daddy Yankee shit. Like, so sad I got so lean. Like, I didn't know he made that.
He did the remix. He did the remix. So that was another like controversy because they was playing remixes.
Yeah, that's true. But he did another one though. Like, he did some other like big ass fucking records that like with Pitbull and shit that I didn't know he did. He did Shots. I don't think Shots for me. I get why Shots was his bigger record, but it wasn't.
Let's talk about Shots. Go ahead. Express your opinion about Shots.
Who did he play against? What did he play against?
Shots versus Blame It on the Alcohol.
Blame It on Alcohol is a way better song.
Listen, hold on. All right, so let's talk about this. Let's discuss this.
But Shots was a bigger song than
because they got two different energies to them.
Yeah.
Like,
but Blame It on the Liquor was a big ass song though.
That was a huge, and I had this, I said, let's talk about Blame It on the Alcohol versus Shots. Because Blame It on the Alcohol was a vibe, right? You drinking like your regular shit. Like, Blame It on the Alcohol, you getting your two-step on, you got your favorite drink in the hand. I got my Jack and Coke in the hand. We two-stepping, we out here, we whatever. Whether you in the crib or you out, this is the same thing. But fucking Shots? Motherfuckers have to take shots. You got shit faced off Shots. Mm-hmm. White people fucking love Shots, my nigga. The song itself, Shots. Yeah. I've been in Vegas and Shots came on and motherfuckers lost their mind.
Yeah.
Shots was a crazy song that everybody liked Shots.
That nigga played Lil Scrappy. Like, Lil Scrappy, No Problems beat is one of the greatest beats of all time.
I agree.
Trillville fucking shit is one of the greatest beats of all time.
He gave the story behind Trillville and the squeaks.
That was amazing.
It kind of fucked it up for us, though.
He did. He should have just left it alone.
He should have just left it alone. We fucking it up for y'all. It was a chair. The Genius is still fire,
though. He played that. He played fucking, what's that click that you rep? Man, that shit was, listen, I'm gonna tell you, like, I have had some great times to both of their music, but Lil Jon provided a soundtrack to the club that was like no other.
I'm sprung. I'm in love with a stripper.
Nigga, T-Pain is one of my favorite artists. So like I was happy as hell. Only thing I didn't like that he did the whole like the live instrumentation. That was like,
yes,
like just play the regular beat. Like
Swizz was like, no jazz in the park, my nigga, or some shit like that. No jazz brunch. Like get that shit the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, like play the beat, my nigga. Like that's where I think he tried to make it too big, right? But nah, it was great personality. Like that shit was lit. Like I loved every second of it. That shit was awesome.
I think T-Pain ugly as fuck, but he actually looked like he got smooth skin. So shout out to T-Pain.
Most dark skinned people do.
Most dark skinned people got good skin?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I don't know them people.
I know a lot of dark skinned people with nice skin.
I know a lot of dark skinned people with good skin. I'm not going to even make it a dark skin, light skin thing. I know more people with bad skin than good skin in general. I'll just say that. Gotcha. In all colors. Like, motherfuckers don't be having good fucking skin, man. Cause so many things go into you having good skin, whether you touch your face, what your diet, what are your ailments, like all that shit go into skin. Skin is your biggest organ. But I don't even want to make it a dark skin, light skin thing. Cause in general, I feel like I know more people with bad skin or not as good skin. Because I feel like if most people had good skin, you wouldn't point out when somebody has good skin. Cause it'll just be the default.
That's true.
Yeah. Real quick before we close this out. So the question has been, Babyface and Teddy Riley is supposed to be coming up. We talked about that earlier. Meek declined 2 Chainz. I thought that would have been a good battle. What you thought about Meek 2 Chainz?
2 Chainz would have got him the fuck out of here.
I think so too, really.
2 Chainz got mad shit.
But I think it was a good matchup though.
Yeah, but 2 Chainz would have smoked that nigga.
Why you think Meek being pussy
more,
though?
He got better, like he got more like dope songs. Like 2 Chainz he got crazy mixtapes.
Oh no, Meek got Amen. Meek got like 5 joints.
Yeah. Tip got at least, he got 20 for sure.
Like you think he got 20?
Hell yeah. Nigga, he got 20. Like he got mad mixtapes.
I could probably give him like 8.
You crazy as hell.
F8.
Nah, no way. Riding around.
All I know is one of my favorite songs is "All My Niggas Look Rich as Fuck."
Dope, all that shit.
Hey.
He got the shit with the other shit with Wayne. That nigga got mad shit. Like he got his own, like mad shit from Pretty Girls Like Trap Music. He got mad shit from Boats and whatever. Like he got some shit.
The first 2 Chainz album is my favorite fucking shit. That's my favorite shit. The first official 2 Chainz album.
He got mad mixtapes and shit. Riding around, I'm getting it. All that shit. That nigga got shit.
So you think he would have smoked Meek?
Fuck yeah.
I would love to hear that.
He would smoke that nigga for sure.
Because now that I'm thinking about like in numbers, I do think 2 Chainz probably got more than Meek.
2 Chainz got 20 songs. That hit for sure.
You think 2 Chainz got 20 songs?
I know
for sure.
For sure 2 Chainz got 20 songs. That hit.
All right. Before we close this shit out, they talking about introducing the ladies, and my shit was like, why gotta be the ladies? Why can't just be artists against artists?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But the question has come up, who can Missy battle?
She would have to battle Jermaine Dupri.
I said Jermaine Dupri or Diddy.
Yeah, she can't, like, it's no woman that can compete with her.
I don't think it's any woman, especially on the producing. And Missy make beats?
Hell yeah, I think so. I'm not sure.
That's what I thought. I know she produces. I know she writes. I know she produces. But I don't necessarily know if she make beats. But I can't really think of another woman that comes directly to mind.
Nobody can compete with her.
That can go up against Missy.
Nobody.
And I think it would have to be like a Diddy or a Jay-Z. Because they're not only like producers, they're artists as well.
Yeah.
Just like Missy.
Yeah.
So that would be dope. Do you think Ja Rule should go against Nelly or 50?
Shit, either one. I mean, obviously, I think 50 because that shit would just like the shit.
Yeah,
talking shit talking would just be amazing.
Cause I honestly think if we lay out hit for hit, I think Ja Rule got 50.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I think Ja Rule got 50 because 50 got that first album and he got the G-Unit joints. I think he'll definitely give Ja Rule competition, but I think as far as like classics, cause 50 cut off at a certain point in time.
Let's see. I'm trying to see their songs of this movie.
I think Ja Rule was smoking way before 50. He had hits way before 50.
He's a 1, 2. He got, he got some shit though.
He got some shit. But I think it'll be a good ass competition.
Yeah, he do got some shit though. I love Ja, so I ain't tripping, but
I love
50
Ja.
got some shit too. Let's see. 50 got some shit though.
I feel like Nelly or 50 will be good, but I think 50 will be good just for the culture.
I think I'd love to see them niggas just because of shit talking.
Hey, that's
nigga,
crazy.
He can, real shit, 50 can play the entire fucking, he ain't got to do nothing but play the whole fucking, Get Rich or Die Trying, keep it a band.
Like, I'm saying, he do got the whole Get Rich or Die Trying.
He get from the top to bottom. Like, he ain't got to do shit.
He can play that joint, which is what, 12, 13 songs, but Ja got like 3 albums before that where you can probably get 6 off of each one of them bitches.
This is just one album though. Like, he got.
Right, but 50 don't have a lot of albums you can play from beginning to end. He only has Get Rich or Die Trying. You can play from beginning to fucking end.
Shit. I mean, he got mad shit from fucking, that nigga got mad shit. I'm looking at this nigga.
I would love to see that. Hey, Swizz, Timbo, put that together. Who is Ross gonna battle? We're gonna close this out. Who would Ross battle?
Game.
Who?
Game.
Okay. I can see that. Ross smoking Game though.
I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all.
Ross smoking Game in my eyes.
Nah, he ain't smoking Game. No way.
With hits. We talking about hits.
I don't know, blood.
Listen, who's the bigger star in general? Ross or Game?
I think they about equal.
I think Ross more so of a household name than the Game.
Game sold 7 million records his first time, and then his second album sold 3.
That's the first one.
Second album sold 3.
You sell 7 one time, but if you selling like 3 most of the time, or 2 most of the time,
his Game got like billion viewed fucking videos and shit online.
See, this is always my barometer. If I go up to a middle-aged white person and say this person's name, would they know who the fuck I'm talking about? I feel like a white person would know a Rick Ross before a Game.
Mm-hmm. Depends on where you're at too.
I don't know, man.
West Coast is a different beast. Like, that shit is a whole, like, another side of the world.
It's only 3 niggas though.
Even my point. It's even more my point. They ain't got a lot to choose from, so.
Yeah. Well,
nigga, California is the entire East Coast.
East Coast.
Like,
pretty much. It's like 75% of the East Coast. Then you got Oregon and Washington.
Yeah, for sure.
I want to thank y'all for listening to the show, man. And make sure y'all subscribe to the show. I want to give a shout out to, my cousins. They are actually my second cousins and my mom's cousins. That's why I make it so cool, because my mom hit me like, yeah, I heard some shit you said on your podcast. She didn't say shit. She said, I heard something about your podcast. And I know it had to come from either my cousin Brenda or my cousin Francis. Shout out to y'all for listening to my show, man. I love it. I don't really promote as much on Facebook, and that's where my family is. So shout out to y'all for listening to the show. Make sure y'all check us out.
Francis. Old black women.
They are, but they my niggas. Like, and Brenda is the life of the party. Like,
I was mad Brenda's
most of my friends know Brenda, and they both live in Mississippi. So shout out to Mississippi. But check us out at the www.ain'tshitshow.com. Y'all can check us out on all of social media. You know that. And, you know, tell a friend to tell a friend. We like to end this show on a quote, and I'm actually trying to get to it, but I'll put in some filler stuff like Google Play, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, and all of that greatness. And B, do you have a saying right off the top of your head since you teach us stuff?
I don't think so. It's a seat for every ass.
Okay. Fuck it. Let's go with that. There is a seat for every ass.
And top for every pot.
And a top for every pot. Oh. So until next week, man, manifest your destiny. Make sure you wash your hands. Make sure you practice social distancing, and the marathon continues. And we out.
Bye.